half sister wanted to show up in a wedding dress to my engagement party, so I changed the party theme so she would fit right in. This is OKOP, home to the craziest true stories on earth. I'm Sophia, and Riley, what is your wedding party theme?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Amazing. Check. So OVS Not Maine says, my half-sister Heather and I never really got along. We're both 24. My father left my mother for her mother, and we were born the same month, 20 days apart.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
Same dad?
Same dad.
No.
It doesn't help that Heather's mom hates me and my mom. By extension, Heather and I didn't have the best relationship. I feel like if anyone gets to hate someone, it's the OG mom.
Yeah, facts.
She has always tried to one-up me, even though we both have a similar economic background. So now my fiance and I got engaged last month, and our engagement party is this Saturday. Nice dresses, but not I'm going to the Met Gala ball nice. Anyway, my cousin hits me up saying she has to show me something. It was the picture of the dress Heather was gonna wear. Uh-oh. Put I see you in the comments if you see this.
Oh, I got a picture.
We have a picture of the dress?
Whoa.
That's the dress she was gonna wear?
Yeah.
To the cash form?
Yep.
That's like she's like at the freaking Bridgerton ball. This is the diamond of the season. That's crazy. Where are they having that? No way. Opie says this is what the dress looked like approximately. It was a little bit shorter and a bit less puffy. The rest is almost identical. That's insane.
Wow.
That takes like overdressing to the max.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. Maybe she just has more confidence.
But she said less puffy.
Yeah. But still, like, even if it was just like a little bit tighter, that's
still a lot going on there.
Wow. Oh my God. OP continues. This dress, Jesus Christ. It can only be described as opulent. It was long and white, strapless with sewn-in crystals and golden accents. I'm pretty sure it's a wedding dress, but I can't be 100%. That looks like a wedding dress.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's just a weird thing to wear to an engagement party. That's not supposed to be like formal.
Maybe she got a deal. I'm just hoping she got a deal. And it's
yeah,
not weird.
how much did she pay for this dress? This made me really mad. So I decided, F that. I started texting people telling them that there had been a change of plans and that instead of a casual formal, I decided to make it a costume party. Oh my God, this was the other story, but it was already a costume party.
Huh.
My mother's side is crazy for Halloween, so they were immediately on board. I told my father via text and asked for him to relay the message to Heather or her mother, knowing full well that he would forget or leave it to the last minute. So she has plausible deniability.
Whoa.
That's so, wow. What like planning is going on? It's so elaborate.
It is.
Yes.
Well thought through.
Many cogs, many wheels turning. Saturday comes along.
Ooh.
Guests start showing up, most of them in costumes. Some didn't have time to get one. We just provided them with fun hats and cheap wigs.
Word.
Heather, my dad, and her mother come like 1 hour late.
As expected.
As soon as she notices that everyone was either wearing elaborate costumes or weird accessories and she didn't stand out, she lost it.
Oh, shoot.
Yikes. Especially when my fiance came along and told her that her bride dress looked amazing for a cheap costume. Fiance is petty.
He really is.
That's petty.
He really is.
I love it. I love it. It's
Whoa.
like, wow, that's a great costume for a cheap look. Wow. She left crying, and her mother and my father told me that I was being childish and I could have told Heather myself and not have tasked my father. That's totally his fault. How can he blame that? No. She told them. For those interested, my fiance was dressed as Bubbles and I was dressed as Mojo Jojo. Oh, I love that from Powerpuff Girls. That's so cute. My mom and aunts went as ABBA. Other memorable costumes were Luffy and Zoro, Ian Malcolm and John Hammond, and Jesus.
Yo, you got some wine at the party? Let's go.
Love it. Yeah, he's turning all the water into wine. Edit. So why did I invite her? Someone asks. I think that's pretty obvious, I feel.
Because you're half sisters.
Yeah.
You're saying you share the same dad.
Yeah. It's one of those weird family situations where not inviting them would have been more dramatic. You know, when you try pleasing everyone. Plus, I still wanted a relationship with my father, so not inviting Heather and her mom would have made things super difficult and made it so my father would have had to choose. When I kept thinking of it, I noticed that my father wouldn't have chosen me in this scenario, which is why I ended up cutting them off.
Dang.
Oh,
that's so sad.
So she does end up cutting her father off too. Oh,
Crap.
that's... it seems like he chose this other family from the get-go,
His
from birth.
new family.
Yeah.
But according to Sam's theory, we're gonna rebrand his marriage rules.
Yeah,
into a
we're not
theory.
calling it marriage rules. We're calling it theory.
Yeah.
Mine are the golden rules of dating or breaking up. I don't know. But his is the golden theory of marriage.
He did quote one time, "You're allowed one new family."
What does that mean?
Like
To stay together? Like
he had one family
Yeah.
and then he moved to a new family.
yeah.
All jokes. But it was kind of funny
You
that
can't do it twice.
you can only do it once. You get one switch up. You get a
That
practice
is a move
family.
that's only It's like when you switch your king and your rook in chess.
Yeah.
You can only do it
You
once.
can only castle once.
Yeah, exactly. And then another person says you let her win. I don't know if she did.
No.
That was
Time out.
that was a full
What?
freaking Queen's Gambit move to continue the chess
Yes.
allegories.
You won.
Yeah, no. Just because I guess they're saying like, oh, father chose the other family, but that's not
That was not the
losing.
point.
Yeah, that wasn't
The point was half sister was gonna show up there, be the best looking one there, but you made her look like a fool.
You made her look like a cheap skate.
Cheap costume. Costumes aren't cheap.
Anywho, OP responds to you let her win with no. Point blank. The point of this is to ruin my half sister's intention.
Facts.
Yeah, it wasn't to win her father back. It was to sabotage her half sister. She wasn't just dressed nicely, as some of you put it. She wore a wedding dress to my engagement party. I'd much rather subvert this whole mess rather than have her smugly sitting at the table with her wedding dress. Also, some of you are really hung up on the cheap wigs part and ignore literally everything else regarding the party.
What?
A minority of our guests wore those cheap wigs. Also, it literally doesn't matter. We had a blast. After she left, I didn't even think of her again until a few days later. I don't regret the costume party. I wish I thought of it earlier, TBH. They're referring to some people didn't have enough time to buy costumes, and so they provided some cheap wigs to
Why
these
are people hung up on that?
They literally provided stuff to make the party work.
I went to Nashville one time and there was a bachelorette party and everyone had like cheap wigs and they were dancing. They had a great time.
Yeah, that seems fun. I want to wear costumes to my engagement party.
You can do that.
Yeah, I can. Thank you. Another person
invited though.
No, you will be.
Oh damn! It didn't make the list.
No, you will be. No, you will be. You will be.
Whatever.
It's gonna be. I have to have a big engagement and wedding, partly because I just have so many people.
Yeah. No. I know why.
Yeah.
Okay. I have an okay story to tell about Sophia wanting to throw a Valentine's Day party.
Okay. I don't even know.
Okay, I'll tell it real quick. Remember you were like, we need a Valentine's Day party because I want to show off my outfit.
Yes.
That's what you'll be doing at the wedding. You're like, I don't care that I'm getting married. I want everyone to see this dress.
Money. Yeah, it's probably gonna be made by my mom, so I need to show it off. Yeah.
Look at this, everyone.
Everyone, look at my dress.
Take pictures now.
Okay, wait, we're continuing the story. Sorry, we got sidetracked. So then another person says, this is a karma whoring repost. And OP says, no, it isn't. I posted this story before on Am I the A-hole? I just had to wait 2 weeks to post on here. Also, I can't believe I have to say this, but the lady in the picture is not Heather. It's also not the dress she wore. I looked for a picture that looked approximately like the dress. I don't care if you're from Fox or Bored Panda or BuzzFeed or whatever. No, I won't give you an exclusive interview. This is not even newsworthy. WTF kind of journalism is this supposed to be? And there are some additional edits from OP. I didn't think I would have to mention that I have indeed tried to talk to Heather, her mother, and my father a million times about her behavior. It never helps. And she just does something more outrageous. All the ways of diplomacy and dialogue have been exhausted. And so am I. LOL. I would be too. Edit 2, some people seem to think this is about my wedding. It's an engagement party. Heather wasn't the one to show me what she was going to wear. My cousin did. Also, this is not about Heather wearing a nice dress. Heather was going to wear something that looked suspiciously like a wedding dress. The dress code stated casual formal, not white tie. Relevant comments. Great Pop 643 says, I saw your post on Am I the A-hole first. What you did was petty. I love it. Please tell me you disinvited them to your wedding after that. OP says, I have officially gone no contact with that side of the family. My father was a spineless slug. I never looked forward to seeing him and have a little love left for him. Yeah. I mean, you don't know him anything. He chose his family. HDMX 539 says, OP, I read your Am I the A-hole post. Why do you have Heather in your life? Keep this in mind. Yes, I get that you would like a relationship with your father. That's fine. No judgment from me on that front. As far as your father's wife and his child with her, she might be a half sibling, but you have zero obligation to her. I wouldn't keep inviting her anywhere, especially since she tries to outshine you. In fact, I remember commenting on your Am I the A-hole post. If your father is insisting that to have a relationship with him, you must have one with his wife and child, well, there is a choice for you to make. I would not tolerate this disrespect, bullying, and abuse by her. She may share a father with you, but she's really gross, and I wouldn't have her in my life.
No contact, though.
Yeah.
Crazy. As you should.
Yeah, because it feels like a big decision, but it just seems that over and over again, the father is choosing the half sister and the new mom. And I wouldn't want that person in my life.
No, absolutely not. I feel like it's weird how the half sister is doing all of this. Because in a way, she probably feels like
she's competing for the attention with the dad.
Competing with the attention. Oh, OP is better than me, so I have to do all of this. OP is about to get married. She might not have a significant other or whatever. I need to show out, yada, yada, yada. They're probably, after this, she probably will think back of more instances throughout her life.
Yeah, this behavior is like a pattern. Also, it might be some jealousy on the half sister's part because OP is the OG daughter.
Yeah, the real one.
She's the real daughter. But yeah, might be some insecurity or jealousy about that whole separate family situation. Because that is a hard thing to deal with on either 100%. End of it. Yeah, I don't know how I would. Yeah,
if I had brothers like trying to like outdo me, maybe I was the brother that outdid them. Yeah, wow. My mom had to talk with me one time. She's like, "Stop talking about how good your grades are. It's making Tate sad."
Oh no!
And I was like, "Okay, dang it, I was that sibling."
I think I did that when I was like little because I had a lot of. Well, I didn't have a lot of friends, but I had a couple of very close friends, and the boys at Sam's school were really mean. And so I remember always being like, I have so many friends. And my mom was like, stop. I was very little. But yeah. So
wow.
Maybe we're the problem.
Maybe we're the problem.
No, but we've grown. We've recognized the errors of our way.
Have we?
Is that a call out?
To either of us. Oh. Maybe we need to do more self-reflection.
We need to do more work. We need to uplift our siblings.
Comment on the places we need to self-reflect on.
Yeah. There is an update 20 months later.
Whoa.
So OP says, I had planned countless times to update this post. I even asked the mods if it was allowed, but I was too lazy and always stopped halfway through. LOL. Anyway, I keep seeing my post on mother effing TikTok.
Yep.
I also saw an account that pretended to have an update, and it's just the Minecraft. They're playing Minecraft in the background. Yeah. Apparently, my husband cheated with my half sister. My mother exploded, and my grandma is a dog.
Yeah.
OP's got jokes. To the update, I got married. Congratulations.
Whoa, you did it.
Nice. It was an eventful and thankfully drama-free day.
Whoa.
That's what we like to hear.
Let's go.
My father was not in attendance. Good for you. After my engagement party, I realized that he would never choose me willingly. Even if he loves me, he doesn't love me enough to stand up for me. He constantly allows his wife and daughter to walk over me and even become abusive. That was really apparent when he blamed OP for not telling the half sister directly when she literally told him and he didn't pass on that information.
Yeah.
So I wrote him a lengthy email from my old school days email account, and it detailed my resentful feelings against him and uninvited him from the wedding. Then I logged out. because I know myself. I would be upset with his answer. And if he wouldn't answer, I would also be upset. I also blocked him and his family from all access. And I went cold turkey, freezing even. I changed phone providers, deleted my social media accounts for a while. He did try to contact me through my mother. She said it was just upsetting. So I told her I didn't want to know. So I just cut him off. And boy, my life improved drastically. We had an amazing wedding and unhinged things that happened after the wedding.
Oh, wow.
I got a cease and desist letter from my half sister.
Wait, what's that?
It's like, stop. My understanding of a cease and desist letter is like, stop doing these actions. Like, for example, if someone was constantly harassing you via text or something, you could say cease and desist.
Here, let me
or
look it
we'll
up.
pursue legal actions. But it doesn't seem like that's what.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. It's a continued action, continued.
Interesting.
But that's not, OP just cut her off, so I don't understand.
Talk to me. Stop.
Cease and desist. Your silence.
Stop silent treating me.
OP continues. It was very vague and weird, but we quickly found out that it was only a Google copy pasta. My stepmother followed me to the supermarket and tried to intimidate me to apologize to Heather. She made the produce section wildly uncomfortable.
Yikes.
I feel like you could send out a cease and desist letter to her.
Leave me alone, the produce aisle.
I'm trying to pick out my veggies. My father tried to pick me up at work. He was walking next to me. While I went to my car, he was trying to get me to apologize to Heather and her mom.
I'm just seeing Heather and her mom being like right
following
there.
in the background.
Apologize to them.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do it. He said that I should be the bigger person and that I know how both of them are. So I just told him that he must be mistaken because my father is dead.
Oh.
He just stood there as I drove off. Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. OPs did not come to play. This is really weird, though, that they're trying to do all this stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like they're trying to corner her and be like, I apologize. No.
And it's so manipulative.
Oh, 100%.
Because they're not trying to get OP back into their life by recognizing what they did. They're instead just seeking retribution for this like change of party, change of attire at a party.
Yeah, I wonder if they feel so guilty about everything.
Yeah.
That this is why they're being so forceful.
No, I think it is a measure of guilt, but also an inability to recognize their own fault in it.
Yeah.
And it's like those two warring things. And they need OP's, it seems like they needed OP's approval or, something in that sense.
For them to be able to sleep at night.
Yeah. But the only way they will do it is by getting her to apologize. So they want her back in their life so they can walk all over her, but they refuse to apologize and actually accept what they did wrong. And that's my therapization.
Sounds like a good therapization.
Yeah, thank you. Therapization.
Clause.
Yeah. Then they started to bother the rest of my extended family. Heather and her mom apparently want them to cut me off finally, but
What?
OP already cut them off. You can't cut OP off back.
Once you cut a part of the string, you can't.
You can't recut the string.
Yeah.
It's cut. Oh, which backfired spectacularly because now they are cut off, which also means that they're excluded from a lot of family events that they were looking forward to. Plus, they can't use my uncle's cabin.
Yo.
Yikes. So Heather's mom has allegedly been at her sister's since the whole breakdown. I have to be honest, I don't know how much of this is true. As you know, the toxic gossip train always has to be taken with a grain of salt. I don't know, but I think it's funny. And sad thing is that I don't even miss my father. His absence has made zero negative effect on my life. We did have one more costume party around Halloween, but this time we gave everyone more time and it was even more fun.
Aww.
My mom's side of the family all pitched in. We got a venue and invited a bunch of people. I recommend this totally. I met so many of my cousin's friends who I have kept in touch with. Nothing else has changed. I still have my old job. I'm not pregnant. We have the same old apartment. We did redecorate though. So that is all for me. Not all too dramatic. And there are 2 relevant comments. Tilly Jane says, what was the fake cease and desist for? To stop holding costume parties? OP says, for disruptive behavior, I found the template she used and everything. What disruptive behavior? Brown-eyed girl 1 says, just curious, how is your mom with your father in all of this? Is she remarried? Hopefully she did better after the trash took itself out. Ooh. OP says she has a longtime partner. He's very lovely.
Aw,
Yay.
good.
I'm glad.
So it looks like things are good now.
Yeah, things are on the up and up. Yeah, it seems like they were just creating problems, and it's better that they're not there.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to apologize or accept what they did wrong. They just want to manipulate OP.
Yeah.
And we don't need that type of energy in our lives.
Cut it out. And
2024 is cutting out the red flags in your relationships. And if that's your dad, cut him off.
Then dump him.
Dump him. Oh, yeah. You're wearing such a great hat for this.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was also going to say, I love that they threw another costume party.
They were like, that was so good the first time. Let's do it again.
I love that this plot became just a real... it helped OP discover a real passion for costume parties.
Years later, after they do it for like decades, they'll be like, remember the first one when we
plotted against my half sister
to evil half sister. That's what it is.
My evil stepmother. I think we should throw a costume party on Halloween.
I'm so down.
Because I missed Halloween this year. I was in Rome. And
wait, that's the best place to be for Halloween.
It wasn't. I had to deal with weird Italian men grabbing my arm. I didn't like them. And everyone was smoking. And someone tried to steal my friend's hat.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like fun.
No, it didn't.
I had to work on Halloween.
Here?
Yeah, I was producing.
That's sad.
And then I was Luigi and my friend was Mario.
Oh, I love that. I was a pirate because I had to work with my very limited closet because I only had a backpack.
You were a what?
I was a pirate because I could only work with what I had in my backpack.
Oh, cute. What were you guys for Halloween?
Yeah. What will you be for Halloween this year? Because I really got to start thinking about it.
Now?
I want to be, no, not now, but I do want to be something cool this year. Maybe we should go as a group thing. That's what I did the year before. My house went as the Scooby-Doo gang. I was Fred.
Oh, yo.
Yeah.
We low-key kind of are the Scooby-Doo gang.
Yeah, but we can't be Scooby-Doo gang again.
You're right. Yeah. Hopefully I'll have a couple costumes.
It'd be kind of fun if we did like Pokemon, like Ash, Misty, Brock.
Dude, I don't like Pokemon.
That's weird.
Yep. You know what's not weird?
This next story.
Whoa.
We'll get back to the story, but John, remember when you tortured me by making me export a 24-hour long video?
Oh, the intern days. Yeah.
I hated that.
Yeah.
But now, but the little piece that I love doing it for the people.
Yeah.
I've decided that we should release a 3-hour long video every single day for them.
That's so generous of you, Riley.
I know that we do it once a week already on our YouTube channel, so
but it's not enough.
It's definitely not enough.
So you're telling me you're going to stay up all night exporting months worth of 3-hour videos?
Oh, not just me. It's going to be me, Keon, and Dakota. Not Sophia. But every single night exporting 3-hour long videos just for you guys.
Riley respects women. Only men will be exporting these.
That's right.
So if you want to go check them out, go to YouTube, search OK Storytime Compilations for daily 3-hour compilation videos. All right, let's get back to the story.
Fiancée 29 female cheated on her bachelorette party. I 32 male am struggling to decide the next steps. Riley, how do you cheat on your bachelorette party? You have 2 bachelorette parties?
Yeah.
And you're 2-timing them?
You're 2-timing them.
You're doing like the 27 dresses thing where you're going back and forth between parties.
You're like, hey, gotta use the bathroom.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you run.
Yeah.
And you're like,
you're changing in the cab.
Oh, wait, I gotta go tie my shoe.
I gotta go drink some water. Throw-away, broken and lost says, I'm sorry if this is just a bunch of rambling. I just need a place to write down everything that has happened and hopefully get some advice on what to do next. My fiance, 29 female, and I, 32 male, have been together for about 7 years now.
Whoa.
I feel like that's not too crazy. To get married?
Oh, I usually give it like 4 or 5.
4 or 5?
Yeah, I've never made it that far.
I feel like if your goal is to get married, like, don't go over 10.
This is true.
Yeah.
Unless you're like waiting to give her the best wedding ever.
Well, but again, I think it's just a goal. Like, if your goal is never to get married, it doesn't matter. You can date forever.
Yeah.
But if your goal is to get married, don't drag it out, I guess.
Don't do it.
We were supposed to get married next month. Before all this happened, we had no issues with cheating or any big fights. This is the first time anything like this has happened between us. Oh no.
That's so tough. So there was no red flags.
There were no red flags. And then a month before they're married, like they're going to get married.
Ugh.
About 2 weeks ago, my fiance approached me and asked me if I would be open to us having a bachelor and bachelorette party. This was something that made me really uncomfortable. Personally, I believe that these kind of parties only serve to encourage infidelity before a couple gets married, and that they aren't something I'd be interested in. I just realized I'm going to sound so stupid when people watch this. I just realized what the title meant. I thought they cheated on the bachelorette party. Like they had multiple bachelorette parties.
Oh,
but they cheated at the bachelorette party.
I was confused of like, why did you say that?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Uh-huh. I thought they cheated like on their bachelorette party people, but they cheated on their partner at the brunch.
This is what happens when you read too many cheating stories.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is crazy. How do you cheat on an entire bachelorette party? No, okay. I'm sorry, guys. I had a little bit of a brain fart. I expressed that to my fiancée, but she told me that if we did have them, they'd just be friends hanging out with us celebrating our future wedding, and that we wouldn't have the stereotypical last night of freedom kind of party. After talking for a bit and establishing some boundaries, we agreed to have the parties on the same day, which happened to be this past Wednesday. When Wednesday came around, my friends came over to our place for a game of D&D. Hell yeah. That was supposed to be themed around my character getting married, while my fiance went out with her friends for a pub crawl. I don't know. I like OP's version better.
Yeah.
That sounds great. I was having fun with my friends until about roughly 3 hours into our game when one of my fiancés and I mutual friends texted me and told me that we needed to talk.
Whoa.
Uh-oh. Obviously, I immediately became concerned and asked her what was going on. But she said that she didn't feel comfortable discussing over text and said that she'd rather speak to me in person. This really messed me up. And for the next hour, I couldn't really focus on anything else because I kept wondering what could possibly be so important that she wanted to come over and talk to me. She ruined the whole D&D vibe.
But like,
no, it's important.
It is important. You
It's
need to
important.
text
It's
that.
important. But the D&D.
I love that you said that.
By the time she arrived, my friends and I had already wrapped things up. So I was just waiting for her to come. She came in and asked for us to sit down and talk, which is when she revealed to me that my fiance used the party as an opportunity to cheat on me.
No, was that? Wait.
At the pub crawl.
No.
Wow.
No.
Unbelievable.
Oh, do you think conspiracy theory?
Yes.
Do you believe she intentionally made it on the same day so she could, or do you think it just happened?
I don't
Was
know
it
if it
pre-planned
matters.
murder?
Yeah, I don't know if it matters if it was like, planned or not. I think that if you're gonna, because I think if you're gonna cheat, you're gonna cheat. I don't think that OP's original point of I don't like bachelor parties because I think they create a space for infidelity is necessarily true. But I do think that you have to have a conversation about what type of bachelorette or bachelor party you're okay with.
Yeah.
Because, when you have the stripper things, I think that's weird. That is
So sad.
Yeah. Unless you and your partner are like going to that together and you're both on the same page and you love that, all the more to you. But I think it is weird when you're not, informing your partner.
Yeah, because the way this is framed is like use the party as an opportunity to cheat on me. It sounds like it was pre-planned.
It might be, which is also awful. But I think either way, even if it wasn't pre-planned, she cheated on you.
Yeah.
And that's not that's not okay.
I think it would hurt more if it was pre-planned.
I think it would be really weird if she pre-planned it. I'd be like, why would you do that?
It'd be worse.
Why did you need to pre-plan a party to cheat on me? OP says, I immediately felt like Mike Tyson had punched me in the chest. This was exactly what I was afraid of when my fiance first approached me about having these parties. And she assured me that was the furthest thing from her mind. Until then, I had no reason not to trust her, so I believed her. I felt so stupid for not seeing this coming. I don't think you're stupid. I think that's totally on her.
Yeah, as humans, we always expect the best out of people.
I think the expectation from your partner, it does not matter if they're having a bachelor party or just going out with friends, is that they won't cheat on you. That is always the expectation. I asked my friend if she was sure of what happened, and she showed me a video of my fiance kissing some guy at a bar. Apparently, the video was shared in a group chat that my fiance and her friends were on to plan the party. I honestly don't know how I didn't break down crying when I was showed the video. I felt like I was going to throw up. There was the woman that I was supposed to spend the rest of my life with kissing another man while her friends cheat her on. What horrible friends.
Oh,
Jesus.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Condoning that type of behavior.
Yeesh.
This next part is my friend's recollection of the events that led up to the cheating, so I don't have a whole lot of details. Apparently, my fiance's maid of honor spent the entire night complaining that I wouldn't let them have a traditional bachelorette party and that I was too controlling and jealous. Whoa, her friends suck. Her friends suck. There is a difference between not letting your partner have a party at all.
Yeah.
That is too controlling. But asking your partner not to cheat on you,
to be respectful
of your relationship,
that is
really
not
too
controlling. Much to ask for.
That is just having respect for your partner that you're about to get married to. My fiance didn't push back on any of it and just kept drinking and having her fun. At some point, some of the women noticed that she had been getting attention from some of the men, which is when the maid of honor started to encourage her to flirt. My fiance gave some weak resistance, but eventually she gave in and approached one of the guys at the bar. This is the point where our mutual friend became uncomfortable and left the party early, but she was still in the group chat where the video was shared. I thanked my friend for telling me what happened and asked her to forward me the evidence along with anything else that might end up being shared with her. After she left, I finally broke down crying, then texted my fiance telling her that I knew the wedding was off. Just a few minutes later, my phone was flooded with text messages from her and her friends. They even tried adding me to the group chat where they shared the video of her kissing the other man. Why? Just to harass him? She got home after 30 minutes later. She was crying when she came in and begged me not to call off the wedding. She was telling me that she was drunk and that she didn't know what came over her. She claimed that she didn't do anything other than kissing and that she loved me. I stayed silent through all of her crying, which I think only made her more desperate. She kept saying how sorry she was, how it would never happen again, and how she would cut off all the friends that were at her party. This is not about her friends. We all know her friends suck. This is about her own actions. If you can't take responsibility for your actions, she's pushing it off on her being drunk and her friends being a bad influence, but this is all her.
This is all you.
My friends didn't force her to do anything. I told her that I didn't want to talk about what happened and that the wedding was still off. I also told her that she could call her friends over and have the traditional party she obviously wanted so much because I was leaving. This made her even more desperate, and I kid you not, made her try to block the door to prevent me from leaving. I just stayed silent while packing my bag, then called my sister over and asked her if I could stay with her for a couple of days. I have now been at my sister's house for the last few days, calling friends and family to tell them that the wedding is off.
Dang.
I haven't told anyone other than my sister the reason. I just feel so humiliated. My ex has been calling and texting me every day for the past 2 days. My sister has been offering me support, but I just don't know what to do next. I feel so lost. Despite everything that happened, I still love her. Should I hear my fiance out? Should I tell people the reason the wedding is off? Is there any hope for reconciliation? Yikes.
Well, I'll tell you, counseling a wedding is probably cheaper than divorce.
Yeah. Yeah. I think at this point, I know it's been 7 years, but you're not on the same page about what's respectful in a relationship. I think this is just a really great indicator of what the rest of married life will look like too. And I think that, you're getting out at the right time.
I hate just the environment that she set up. And okay, here's my question.
Yeah.
It was just, yes, she did cheat, but they've been together for 7 years.
Yeah.
And it was kissing at a bar.
Yeah.
On a bachelorette party. Would you still stay together with your partner after that?
Probably not.
Probably not.
I think especially because
7 years.
Yes, 7 years, but OP specifically said, these are my fears about you having a bachelorette party, and OP's fiance said, no, I'm not even thinking about that. That's not even on my mind. And then went out and did that.
So it's the fact that he set boundaries.
He set boundaries and they were broken.
Yeah. Because I was like, it still sucks.
Yeah.
But without the boundaries part, would you still break it off?
Yeah. I still would. I understand there's a world where some people might not, because it's been 7 years and they're about to get married, and you might, some people might be a bit more forgiving in those scenarios. But I think if this is OP's initial feeling that I want to break off this wedding, I think that they have to follow that.
Yeah.
Because I think that they're saying, I still love her. Of course, they're still going to love her. This is recent. This isn't something, you're not going to stop loving her even if she hurts you. But I still think that it's valid for you to take this course of action because she did hurt you and she did break that boundary and break that promise.
Yikes. That's so tough.
Yeah, that really, really sucks. And there are some relevant comments. Reasonable Major 1678 says, was there more than kissing? OP says, according to my fiance, no. She kissed the guy, then went straight back to her friends. They were on their way to the next bar when she received my text telling her that the wedding was off. Whoa. That was a live time.
Whoa.
Wow. Reasonable Major 1678 says, a lot of things could have happened during that time, and I guess after that, you don't have much trust in her. Also, do you think her friends set her up? OP says, you're right that the trust is pretty much gone. I don't think that this was a setup. From the way our mutual friends described it, it felt like an opportunity presented itself while the rest of the group egged my fiance on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ginger Snap 4949 says, to me, that just feels like she's not taking full accountability and is willing to put quite a bit of blame on her friends. Yeah, that's the thing. It might have been different if she had reacted and said, this was completely my fault. I made a bad decision, but but there is no responsibility.
Yeah. And I feel like when people shift like that, they know it's their fault.
Yeah.
And they don't want to
accept that.
No. Denial.
Yeah. Ginger Snap continues. Yes, they should be cut off. My friends would never have encouraged that scenario, put me or let me put myself in a situation that could result in that, much less cheer it on and encourage it. They would have dragged my from the bar long before it could go that far. People are who they surround themselves with. Are any of them married? I'd be curious how any and all of those bachelorette parties have gone and if this is a pattern for that group. The friend that came to you seems to be the only one with morals. I have zero tolerance for cheating. Once that trust is gone, it really doesn't ever fully come back. I couldn't deal with always wondering or questioning her motives. OP responds, I don't know all of her friend group that well, but to my knowledge, only the friend that came to me and told me what was happening is married. That's interesting. Yeah.
That's so tough. I hate the lack of respect that her friends had for their relationship.
Yeah.
Because like going forward, if they were okay with this being at the bachelorette party and they worked this out, her friends are still not going to look at him as a good enough partner for her. And it's just going to be bad. And that's a great question. Are any of them married?
Yeah.
They probably don't even have that perspective in their mind because they're all single. They're like, oh, just have fun. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like the world's yours.
Yeah.
But the married one's like, no, like
this is a commitment.
And
again, I just hate the idea of this is your last night of freedom for a bachelorette party because marriage is a certificate. It doesn't change the boundaries or the parameters of your relationship. It is purely a certificate. It shouldn't be changing that much of your relationship. You should have respect before and you should have respect after.
Yeah. There was Michael, we went to Bali with him and he was talking about how whenever people celebrate things, they make this big, like whenever you graduate, you have like this little moment of time whenever you walk across the stage. Or like when you get married, you have that little ceremony whenever you get the bride. Yeah. But like you said, it's still the same.
Yeah.
Just one little thing happens in that.
Yeah. And a celebration is great. I love a celebration and it is okay to make it a big deal. Yeah. But your relationship is the same as it was before. It is not a pass to cheat just because you're not married. Medable9 says, I'm curious about what the boundaries were that you mutually set for these parties. What exactly did you two agree to? OP says, no strippers or any other kind of sex workers, no staying out until too late, no getting hammered, and no tempting infidelity.
No.
I don't know if I agree about the no staying out too late. But everything else, those are valid concerns.
Yeah.
That's a fair thing. And there is an update
from
2 months later, which would be after the wedding because the wedding was a month from then.
Do you think they worked it out?
I don't think so.
Me neither.
I think if it's 2 months later, I don't think they worked it out.
Yeah.
But let's find out. Didn't think I'd be posting an update after everything that has happened, but a lot of people asked for it. And I feel like writing down some of the stuff might help me with putting this all behind me. Not really looking for any advice here, just putting my thoughts out there. As I said in the last post, I called off the wedding. At first, I didn't tell anyone the reason, but as people here pointed out, it was something that I had to do if I wanted to get ahead of this. So I started calling people again and let them know exactly why the wedding was off. It was an effing humiliating experience to tell people my fiance made out with some other guy while her friends cheered her on. But everyone has been really supportive, especially my parents and my sister.
That's good. That's good.
I also called my ex's parents since they helped with some of the expenses of the wedding, and I wanted to let them know that they should try to get their deposits back. To my surprise, my ex's mother picked up the phone. She already knew everything that had happened. Wow. Well, that makes sense. Her daughter would tell her.
Yeah.
Apparently, my ex told her everything. I didn't ask her some questions to see just how much they knew, and everything seemed to line up with what I knew happened. They didn't try to make me stay with my ex or anything. As for my ex herself, she and I did meet once to discuss everything. She begged me for a second chance and even said that she would cut off her friends who enabled her and suggested that we could go to couples counseling. I told her that I don't want to spend the rest of my life being her warden, making sure that she isn't hanging out with people I don't approve of, and that if we began a marriage already going to couples therapy for something as big as this, then we were already doomed to fail.
Wow.
That's fair. I also told her that I can't see how I would ever trust her again after she did the exact thing I expressed my concerns about, and that a marriage can't survive without trust. So this is where I am now. I'm single and I think I'm going to stay that way for a while.
Yikes.
Yeah, that was 7 years.
Yo, yeah.
It still hurts after spending 7 years together with this woman, but there's just no trust there anymore. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to post any more updates. As far as I'm concerned, I'm ready to close this chapter of my life.
Question.
And there are some relevant comments. Yes.
Whenever you're with someone for a number of years, how long should you take in order to get back out there in the game?
I think it depends on the person, because some people, and I think we've talked about this before. I think it depends on the person and your specific, ability to move on from things. But I think it also depends on how the relationship ended. Because if it ended like this, you have a 7-year relationship, partner cheats on you, but you are, still love them. I think you could take a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Before getting out there again, maybe, minimums, I don't know, 6 months or something.
6 months. Yeah.
Maybe 5 months, but I don't know if that's too long. Again, it depends on the person.
Yeah. I feel like to fully heal, it's like half of whatever the relationship was.
You're saying 3 years? That's a long time.
Well, maybe like a cap at 2, maybe a year and a half. I don't know. It just took me.
That feels long.
It just took me a while to
I think it's
figure
different.
that out.
Yeah.
I tried to go on dates with people. Well, I did go on a date with someone like 6 months after that, but I don't think I was fully there.
Yeah, and I think it also is okay to try. Let's say you hit the 6 month mark and you're like, I think I'm ready to start dating, and then you go on a date and you realize, no, I'm actually not ready for that. I think that's okay too.
That's a good point.
As long as you're not leading people on, and you're going on 2 months long. You're dating them for 2 months, and then you realize, oh, I'm actually not ready for this.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
Not cool.
That's not cool. But yeah, I think it depends person to person.
Yeah. Cool. What's y'all's math on that?
Yeah. Cause I don't know if there's specifically a certain, a one date or one amount of time.
And I feel like it's different if it, cheating is a good scenario because it just happened.
Yes.
But I've been hearing scenarios of women that have been in a relationship and they're out of the relationship months before they break up.
Yeah.
And they're able to move on faster because they've already moved on a couple months before that. So if you find out the time that they moved on plus the amount of time they've been broken up with, that makes it 6 months or whatever.
Yeah. Because this is super fresh for OP.
Yeah.
I still love them. I'm just super hurt. So that might take longer. And there are some relevant comments. One commenter says, I just don't understand why people don't learn to talk things out.
Yeah. That's so hard.
Yeah. Well, I think they're saying they're against the... them
calling off the wedding.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That woman is ready to give up her life for you, and you decided to apply the most extreme punishment possible because she drunkenly made out with someone for 30 seconds. A little perspective. And a little crime doesn't fit the punishment. Couples counseling at any stage is a good thing, especially as newlyweds. I disagree with that comment.
This is, I mean, I see where this person's coming from.
Yeah.
But they're not taking into account the boundaries that they talked about.
Yeah. Because I think that this, people say the same thing about, flirting with someone over text for, a while. They're like, oh, it was just flirting. That's still a boundary that's been crossed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it matters how small or big the thing is.
Yeah.
If it hurt the other person and it crossed a boundary, I think that is, something that they get to decide how much that hurt them. And it seems like it hurt OP a lot. OP says, I am not doing this to punish her. In fact, I don't harbor her any ill feelings. I just don't have any more trust for her after what has happened. I expressed my concerns and she still betrayed my trust. I understand that counseling is a good thing for newlywed couples, but I don't want to start a marriage on such a weak foundation. Kevin R13 says, wonder how her maid of honor feels now. Well, your girlfriend made the choice while being drunk, but the maid of honor definitely had a part to play in it. Yeah, these are bad friends. That is obvious.
Yeah.
Like your party, I've been to plenty of bachelor parties where no temptations of any kind were present, just a bunch of guys hanging out together. No one made jokes about why the groom isn't doing something for his last moments of freedom. No one pushed him to do or say anything weird that would be out of line for him, etc. In other words, those parties I went to had a bunch of guys who respected the way that the bachelor wanted to have his party, and everyone still had a great time. So while your ex did make her choices, that maid of honor hopefully is either consoling her or booted out of her life. OP says, maid of honor contacted me once in the early days after everything blew up. She was begging me to take my ex back and said that her friendship was in danger. From the one conversation I had with my ex, she has been cut off. I mean, good on the ex. I really hope that the ex learns from this mistake.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this was, a hard way to learn it, but you shouldn't. Yeah,
I do too. And I hope that the ex can move on from this and her life.
Yeah.
This isn't her life because she's 29.
Yeah. She's 29.
She's been with this guy since she was 22.
Yeah.
All of her 20s has been this. And now she's going into 30.
Yeah.
Almost been married, cheated. That's her mental space. Please go to therapy. Please go to therapy. That is so tough.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ugh.
I think there is a world. I personally think it's okay for OP to, end this relationship completely.
Mm-hmm.
I think there is a world if he is still in love with her, he's thinking about this. There is a world where they cancel the marriage, but revisit the relationship.
Yeah.
Once she's had that kind of time to, go to counseling and figure that out. But I don't think she is obligated to a second try in the relationship. I think OP is, merited in cutting that off.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just say in some crazy world, we're the ex.
Yes.
We were about to get married. We did this.
Yeah.
How do you move on from this? And how do you explain to your next partner what happened? Because it's going to come up. You've been together with that guy for 7 years, almost got married. And then how do you explain that to them and let them know, hey, I'm not going to do that anymore. I learned, but you are still labeled as a cheater.
Yeah.
Once you tell them that, how do you move on?
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I think a ton of therapy.
You have to do the work. You have to put the work in. You can't just go to the next relationship and be like, well, I know now.
Yeah.
I think you have to do the work.
And you have to be completely honest with your next partner and be like, hey, this is what it was. Yeah. This is the people I was around. This is the way I acted. But since then, been putting it in the yoga.
Yeah.
Meditation. That's me.
Therapy. Yeah.
Therapy. Praying.
Cut off
to church,
my friends.
Whatever you do.
Cut off the negative influences. Yeah. But this is it's still really sad because this is, again, we said 7-year relationship. 29, 32.
Ugh.
Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah. I feel like OP's going to be all right. Even though this sucks, it's just going to take a minute for him to figure it out. But he's going to get his money up. He's going to go to the gym, get shredded.
My friend didn't invite me to her bachelorette party, so I'm dropping out of her wedding. Oh, crap. Hi. I am 25 female and I'm currently being pushed back and forth with my choice, and I thought the lovely people of Reddit would be able to rein me in. Maybe. Well, this comes from Flathead.
You're asking the people of Reddit to rein you in?
Wrong choice. This comes from Flathead741 from the BROU update subreddit. So, I am currently 13 weeks pregnant. and my friends around me have all been very happy and excited for me. However, my childhood friend, 25 female, let's call her Lisa, stonewalled me since I announced at 8 weeks. I had assumed it was wedding stress, but now I am second guessing this. So it seems like Lisa is also the bride in the wedding. Over the weekend, I was scrolling Instagram and I came across a post where she had thanked everyone who had come to her bachelorette with photos of it with the girls and her smiling in the middle. And I sort of just sat there shocked. At first, I tried to be mature and just let it go. But this was a girl I grew up with. She was a bridesmaid in my wedding party, and I'm an honorary bridesmaid for her. She's not having a wedding party. So basically, she had the bridesmaids party without her. That's what's happened here. Why?
And they were like mutual bridesmaids buddies, kind of?
Lisa was a bridesmaid at OP's wedding, and OP is a honorary bridesmaid at hers. Oh, she's not doing the traditional bridesmaid wedding party. So I think she's like, hey, I'm going to do like the bachelorette party and other stuff, but there won't be an actual like row of bridesmaids up on the stage and stuff.
Well, I guess if you were a real bridesmaid, you might get invited to this thing.
Ooh, but if this is true, I think all the bridesmaids are honorary bridesmaids.
Sure.
Oh,
Sure.
Oh, I see what you're saying. There's a secret wedding that they actually are the real ones. That's crazy. I threw a whole wedding because I just want to torture my friend. In the end, I guess hormones took over and I ended up reaching out to her. At first, it went, oh, looks like fun. That's definitely the tone she had in mind.
Yeah.
And she replied that it was. And after a tub of ice cream and a good sob, I reached out and went, hey, sorry to be this person, but why wasn't I invited? She immediately messaged back. And this was the response.
Dude, asking why I wasn't invited is a rough text to send.
Right? Never
a fun text to send.
Nobody really wins.
This sounds familiar.
The whole day was centered around drinking, wineries, and heading to town after. And I'm not sure you'd have enjoyed being around all of us wasted AF, especially because you're pregnant right now. I get that an invite would have been nice regardless, but in all honesty, I just wanted to keep it very small. I'm really sorry you felt that way, but I don't want to make this a big thing because I've already had a crap week. Do we buy it?
Maybe not, but like...
You got to just tell her like up front.
Maybe not. Well, I also like, I'm not a big fan of like the why wasn't I invited text, like almost ever. I'm like just not, I don't know. It's like because they didn't want to invite you and like you should take that as you should. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it.
But what if you are wrongly uninvited and you're like,
which has happened in previous stories where it's like someone was uninvited, like it's like, oh dude, like why wasn't I invited? And they were like, oh my God, my fiance totally like nixed you from the registry. I had no idea. That's crazy. And then the fiance and then breakups. Yeah.
It is never a fun interaction. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are you, have you ever asked why?
Yeah, I've always just exactly what you said. It's like, I'm not invited or whatever the case might be. Let me just read the room. Let me just pick up the hint and just leave it at that and not,
Cause like it's just, cause like, the answer most likely is, I just didn't want to hang out with you.
Yeah.
And like, that's nothing necessary. I mean, it's everything against you.
Yeah. It's everything against you.
And it's like,
imagine someone just said that,
but
which would be honest.
it's just your personality and who you are.
Yeah.
I
just don't like you.
I don't know.
I think it's one of those things that maybe like obviously in theory it's generally good to like, hey, let's communicate. What happened? I want to know. Did I do something wrong? Whatever. But maybe in just the reality of living everyday life, it's one of those things where it's like, is it?
Yeah. To be fair, it does seem like they were like best-ish friends. Is that true? I
mean, she was a bridesmaid in her wedding. They definitely have, if not best friends,
it's like very close.
Childhood friend.
Yeah.
Childhood.
Maybe you
so
want
long.
Duchess Kasana says, OP's looking for closure, Sam. I think it's a fair question. Helena Bain says, I think it's totally fine to ask for clarification on the state of your relationship. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I think Chell Bell says, I think it's really crappy to leave her out. But honestly, at that point, we have no reason to think anything other than what the bride said. She doesn't have to invite her to her bachelorette party. Kimberly Fine says, have been knocked up for an Ozark weekend bachelor trip. Knocked up? Can admit it was less than ideal, but all you need is a 6-foot inflatable dog and actual friends to have a good time anyway. Or maybe knocked off for an Ozark.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The autocorrect went crazy there.
Yeah. I would actually love to know from you guys, maybe put a poll up.
Yeah, let's pull
Would you send the text? Why did you not invite me? Or have you sent a text? Have you ever sent a text? Why didn't you invite me?
Yeah. Let us know.
I would love to know.
We want to know.
Yeah.
But there's more to the story, ladies and gentlemen. So now I tried to respond with, hey, thanks for getting back to me, but I'm still upset because this day is about you and I wanted to be there and celebrate you. And then she called me and just asked me to not make this a big thing once again. And she sounded incredibly annoyed, and like the doormat I am, I dropped it. Oh, OP.
Damn. OP's feeling bad.
Yeah. After thinking this over for a few days, I'm feeling very hurt and heartbroken. This was a girl I grew up with and loved and supported through a lot of stuff. I've helped her plan and prepare a lot for her wedding, so to suddenly get iced out like this, I'm feeling a certain way. My husband suggests we don't go, and I'm on the edge. So Reddit, would I be the a-hole if I decline going to her wedding and distance myself? We have relevant comments and an update just one day later where we get the final judgment. But would OP be the a-hole if she said, no, I'm not going to the wedding and distance myself?
A-hole.
Yeah, this one's kind of tricky, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm kind of caught. What would I do? I wouldn't send the text, probably. And I would be like, damn, like that really, like that's a little hurtful. We're not as close as what I would, this is what I would, my internal conversation is like, damn, we're not as close as I thought we were. And that sucks. I will now, like, until proven otherwise, I will maybe treat this relationship as maybe a little bit more distant, and I would probably still go to the wedding because, you know, even like not close friends go to bigger weddings.
Yeah.
I probably would. If it was like a really good friend, I probably would bring it up. But not in a like, why didn't you invite me? But more in like I feel like our relationship has changed a little bit. Like, you know, I just want to know where you're at. Like, I really value our friendship. But you know, are you still even interested in being friends? I don't even know if I would say that, but yeah, I know. Helena Bain says people need more communication, not less. Yeah, I think you're winning me over with that. I don't know. What would you do?
I think I agree.
I was really feeling into that. I was eyes closed, like yeah. Jesse F says,
did you do it too, Riley? Yeah. That's what I was hoping for. I'm like, I can't open my eyes. It'll ruin the bit. Oh, dude, that was a good minute. You were into it. I love it.
Yeah. That's how good he is, guys. He can do it with his eyes closed.
Right. Right. But yeah, no, in all seriousness, I think me personally, I probably would still go to the wedding. I think the larger question, if it was me personally, is would I kind of continue to like really engage after that, or at least engage in the same way as I did before?
Probably, yeah.
Probably not. And in going to the wedding, maybe not because she's so preoccupied, it's her big day or whatever. But I was like, maybe if, oh God, dude.
If Christian did this to you, would you ask him why? Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah. If it's like, because this is like childhood friends, but OP didn't say like, I feel like usually when people are like, listen, this is like my closest friend. Like they usually like spell it out if it's like the
closest, this doesn't seem like best friend. It seems like a long friend.
Yeah. Real long. But yeah, I think I would still go to the wedding, but all likelihood probably not engage that much more in the friendship.
Yeah.
Pretty much probably a fizzle out, I would imagine.
Yeah. And also my eyes were closed because I was trying to be there.
Guys, he was thinking.
I was imagining.
I was imagining.
I was there.
I love the eyes closed. But we have some relevant comments. So Complex Storm 1929 says, not the a-hole. Her saying, don't make this a big thing would piss me off. If you guys are close, then she 100% should have at least invited you. The whole, it's my wedding and I can uninvite and do what I want is true. However, that doesn't mean you have no consequences for your decisions. Super quick, if what she said was true about like, oh, we're going drinking, she should have reached out beforehand and been like, hey, we're going to be drinking, we're going to be wasted, all this stuff. You know, I don't know if that would like be fun for you, wanted to like run that by you. What do you think or something? If that was, I feel like if that was really it, I feel like that's what she should have done, but I digress. To me, she doesn't consider you as good of a friend as you may think.
That's probably what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah. She's just not that into you, bro.
That's the thing where it's like, the answer is like, it's like never going to be satisfying. It's just like, you're not as close as you thought.
Reality, man. It's tough.
It sucks, but it's like, yeah.
Beneficial Year One says, I'm an honorary bridesmaid for her. She's not having a wedding party. What the heck is this? A fair question. What does this mean? Is it a new fad I haven't heard of, or a way of getting more partying and gifts for your friends without having to be in the wedding? True. In any case, you would not be the a-hole for ghosting her wedding. She deliberately did something that she knew would hurt your feelings and told you not to make a big thing out of it. Temporary Tie 263 says, I'd say there's a good chance she is lying about not having a bridal party, and that it will be a cruel surprise for OP if she attends. That would be thinking. That would be from the beginning. Sinister.
That's what I'm thinking. I was thinking for the beginning.
Not even secret. It's just like, boom, there's,
hella posts.
Right there. Oof. Not the a-hole OP. This friendship might have run this course. Also, sorry, real quick. Why even tell her she's an honorary bridesmaid in that case?
Because
why not just say anything?
Because probably she wants to like, I think what's happening is this person doesn't feel close to OP anymore, but is trying to keep the peace in a terrible way.
It's like a side piece. And they're like, well, I can't have a relationship. It's like, oh, let's go to the movies. Like, oh, we had a fun time. It's like, give them just enough. Give them just enough so they don't run away. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Not the a-hole OP. This friendship might have run its course. That might make you sad because change is hard. But dropping her so you can focus on real relationships will be a win in the long run.
Agreed.
The overall judgment on the post, not the a-hole.
Yeah, OP's not the a-hole.
Yeah.
OP's not the a-hole.
Not the a-hole.
At all.
The friend is definitely the a-hole.
Yeah, dude. It's rough. Often, like, I think something that's tough is like friendships ending are often more ambiguous than relationships ending.
So true.
And
so
it's
true.
like
so true.
I think you're often left with less closure.
Yeah.
Because it's often like, I don't want to spend time with you.
Yeah.
And that sucks. That sucks. But that's just like often what it is.
A romantic relationship kind of demands that kind of closure.
Yeah.
Whereas like a friendship, often in most cases too, because you're kind of in this like maybe like middle spectrum of friendship where it's not like,
exactly
best friend forever. It's like, that is a weird thing about friendship.
Yeah.
Good observation. Well, guys, we have the final update.
Let's hit it.
24 hours later.
Oh,
Scene is set. Hi. Hope this is allowed, but you were all so wonderful and helpful. And turns out I got an update sooner than I expected. So I haven't heard from Lisa. That I expected. What I did not expect is a friend of Lisa's to get in touch with me. Let's call her Sarah. I knew of Sarah and spoke to her a few times at events that we attended together. And she was one of the girls with myself when we went dress shopping for Lisa. She was also a friend that I noticed wasn't at the bachelorette party, which is a surprise. Anyways, and at first she was doing a, hey, how are you? And we did polite small talk, blah, 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 until she finally went, so are you as pissed off and mad at Lisa as I am, OP?
Oh, crap.
The tide is
turning.
Immediately, I was slightly shocked as the few times I had met Sarah, she was very, I guess, demure, very mindful. That opened the floodgates of information, and she told me everything she knows. So what I didn't put in the post is I actually waited 2 days before messaging Lisa about the lack of invite. Turns out 3 of Lisa's friends who also weren't invited hit her up immediately after she posted on Instagram asking why they weren't invited.
Okay.
She just got like a avalanche of why wasn't I invited? Why wasn't I invited?
She needed an out to cheat.
I was literally thinking I was about to say the exact same thing. She knew these 3 friends might be the ones that would tattle if she was cheating on their like bridesmaid thing with like a bunch of strippers or whatever. And she wanted a like all
ne'er-do-wells.
Yeah, dude, like just a crazy bachelorette party.
Wow.
So these are like the most moral of her friends.
Wow. Yeah. Everyone in this group, like they should all now become, for all the uninvited should become their own friend group.
New friend group.
Like we got strong morals, guys. So turns out these girls absolutely chewed Lisa alive. My confrontation was soft, and finally it was revealed what actually happened, and now I'm even more confused. So Lisa admitted to Sarah that her sister-in-law planned the bachelorette and just decided that she was only going to invite the friends that she knew. So Lisa's usual group of 8 to 10 friends, including me, got narrowed down into 4 people, and Lisa decided not to correct her sister-in-law and just went with it, not realizing how many people she would be upsetting by not inviting them.
Bless you.
I am allergic to Lisa's BS. Apparently, once people started attacking her, basically Lisa buried her head in the sand and started making up lies to everyone on why they weren't invited, using the same excuse of don't make a big deal, until everyone realized that the reasons were BS and called her out for it, and then the real truth came out. Still feel your conspiracy theory, boys?
What's the real
Standing
truth?
on business?
I'm so excited.
10 toes down. Well, Sarah's informed me the girls who weren't invited have all pulled out of the wedding. Their partners included, because they got the same annoyed response from Lisa before she told the truth, and they all thought they didn't deserve that. Then she finally asked me what Lisa told me, and I went deathly quiet on the phone before finally admitting that she used my pregnancy as an excuse, which then started poor Sarah on another rant of anger on how Lisa could say that to me when I'm pregnant. Anyways, we ended the call, and she hoped we could get a coffee sometime, so I think I've made a new friend. So that's the update. This pregnant lady is very confused. and I'm currently the #1 buyer of ice cream at my local dairy. Lol.
So she was just pregnant?
I was a little confused with that last bit.
Same. And
So it sounds like she used her being pregnant as a reason to not invite.
maybe the real thing was Lisa let the sister-in-law.
Wait, dude.
What?
Dude, oh my gosh, bro.
Guys, sometimes I just don't know.
We should show them. Show them
Show them what?
what you're doing.
Bro is trying to lawn mow his toe hairs or something along those lines. I'm just lost. I just like look down at my phone and just like an inch to the left in my my peripheral view, Sam is just trying to lawn mow his toe hairs with this box cutter. And
Ew.
I'm lost. I
No one touched that box cutter. And don't tell Sophia.
It's, you know, toe
oh, we should
hairs-
definitely tell Sophia.
Toe hairs are very clean.
Dude, stop. I can see this.
What's wrong with that?
Toe hairs are not clean.
What do you mean?
They
My
sweat.
toe-
Feet sweat. And you put them in your socks. That also sweat.
I
That
didn't
catch
put- I
sweat.
didn't put them in my socks today.
So you just raw dogged all day out in the wind?
Yeah, I've been here all day. Where do you think I've been?
I don't know.
went
I don't know
surfing
where
and
your
now
feet
I'm
have
here.
been, Sam. I don't keep up with them.
Anyway, this box cutter is
It's too
sticky.
much. It's too much.
I can't.
It's not even gonna work.
I know. I'm just playing.
You're
with them.
you're just gonna cut your toe wide open, and this whole stream is just gonna go. Wingles, no, it's not free feet
I'm
today.
trying.
It's not
I
free
tried
feet
to,
today.
but
Oh
he's
my
scared.
God.
Toe
When?
hair shaving, yes or no? Poll it. Let the people speak. Anyways, so we're gonna get back to this story. Toe hair aside,
This is the kind of stuff the members only
pay
stream
good
deserves.
money for. Okay, come on. So, so to finish the point I was making, I think the quote unquote real reason was sister-in-law came in, just like took over. Lisa's just like, whatever, just let it happen. And the sister-in-law is the one that cut out all the friends. And now Lisa's just rolling with it. She didn't try to defend it, like, no, these are my friends, like, da-da-da-da.
Maybe.
And just let her.
Maybe. That's the story we're getting now.
Yeah, it's confusing, but I digress. We have some more comments, though. The last yellow Skittle says, don't go. Whatever's going on behind the scenes will ensure that this isn't a celebratory event with friends and laughter. Finish whatever task you're working on / promise for the wedding and bow out. It's already extremely toxic, and my guess would be that you haven't even seen all the drama yet. Focus on your new bundle to be and use the day of the wedding as some time for you and your husband to baby moon or pre-baby moon. Love a baby moon. Uncle Rumpy 12 says, and when she drops out of the wedding, OP should use her pregnancy as the reason. That's
good. That's clever.
funny. Tired of usernames 11 says, so my biggest issue with all of this is Lisa is lying to you and her other friends. I suspect if she had been honest with you, it wouldn't have been as big of a thing. Hey, my future in-law planned this thing and excluded people she didn't know. I felt uncomfortable pushing back. I regret it because I know it hurt your feelings of people I care about. How hard is that to say? Logical Difference 529 says, I can't figure out why the heck she posted it online. Oh yeah, posted the pictures of everyone online. She's basically like
Outing herself.
yeah, like at least if you're gonna be like a cutter offer, be like a smart cutter offer.
Yeah, with the
Good
box
a-hole
cutter.
or whatever. Cut those boxes. Oh my. OP responds to that saying, I think that's the part where I'm struggling with as well. It's the fact that she posted it online. It's the fact that the caption was, couldn't have asked for a better day, blessed with the best of friends. And maybe I'll admit that's an odd thing to get upset about, but it just felt a bit like someone cut me open and then rubbed with the box cutter and rubbed salt and lemon into my box cutter wound. Now, it's one thing not being invited. It's another seeing a caption like that and having the internal thought of, I'll just go F myself then. Well, there you go. Significant Planter says, okay, so I was actually feeling bad for her, thinking that maybe she has a sister-in-law that is domineering and one of those people that everyone just goes along with because they will throw a literal fit if they don't. And then I read the caption. Nah, she did that crap on purpose. Just cut her out of her life. You just read how she feels about you. By the way, I feel that you should always join our live streams every weekday at 3 p.m.
Do
PST.
it!
Just tap the profile.
And if you don't, I will literally cut my toenail hairs off.
That's right. All of them gone.
All of them gone.
On stream, and you'll be forced to watch.
One at a time.
Yes. But Sam,
Yep, but John.
do we think that OP should just skip the wedding, basically move on, phase out? What are your thoughts here? Do we move on? That's the question here.
I mean, I think you always have to move on, John. You always have to move on. It doesn't seem like your friend is treating you as a friend should.
Yeah.
So for that reason, maybe it's not good to keep investing in that friendship.
Yeah, it's almost like, and this is maybe a general rule that applies to all of these bad friend situations, but you kind of just like phase out unless the friend kind of goes like the extra miles, like, hey, how are you doing? Do you want to get some coffee? You want to hang out? Like, you know, see if they really have the care to be there.
Yeah, care to be there.
Yep.
But you know who we care about?
Who?
All of you.
Am I the a-hole for suspecting my wife of cheating on her friend's bachelorette trip? Kinda sounds like, you know. Insecurities. Whoa. Well, this is all to answer which mistakes in a relationship are inexcusable. And this comes from Chocolate Forward 2858, who says, I am in the middle of probably the biggest crisis of my adult life, and I can barely think, so I apologize in advance if this comes across as weird or rambly. My wife went to Mexico last week for a friend's bachelorette party, and aside for the plane tickets, the hotel and first day's food and drinks, she didn't spend a penny all week. Hey, we're up, boys.
Where's the problem?
We're story over. We're good. Oh
Why are we here?
Boys, sound off for this queen. We still at the end of this episode. You have to tell me why you hate sound off.
Okay, I can tell you now because Sophia made it up.
Save it.
Okay.
Save it. I mean, on the credit card, it's clear as day that on Monday up until around 9 p.m., she was buying dinner, stuff at the hotel shop, drinks at the bar, souvenirs, and then at 9 p.m., she didn't spend another cent the entire week until she was at her layover airport in Dallas. Whoa. Are you seeing what I'm seeing, Riley? It's an ICU. Actually, he was like, I see credit card transactions every day until 9 p.m. Why is it every day at 9 p.m. she stops spending?
That's probably when she's asleep.
She's asleep at 9 p.m. on a bachelorette trip in Mexico. Good sir.
Maybe her friends are buying stuff.
Riley, we're not talking about Sophia here.
You're right.
Okay?
You're right. You're
talking
so right.
about the Opie's wife, okay? So she says it's because her friend took over and paid for everything, to Riley's theory. I guess this is plausible, but it is still giving me a funny feeling. What's worse is that my wife is a person who posts her entire life on Instagram, on TikTok, mostly Instagram. But if she does anything from getting a latte to picking up the kids at school, she will post it as either a picture or as a story. The last thing Riley loves this woman already.
Yeah. Well, not that, but that's sus. All of a sudden, one day, you're not posting everything that's happening in your life.
Exactly. The last thing she posted on TikTok was a trend of people jumping into their vacation from the airport. And after that, her social media, blank. I was kind of keeping an eye on it because I was excited for her to go on the trip. And again, I guess I feel it's plausible, but it gives me a funny feeling. When she got home, I said, I can't wait to see all the pics she took. And she really just blew me off and said that she didn't feel like taking pics that week. You always take pics and share it with everyone. Didn't even take pics privately for yourself or for your hubby this time.
That is pretty odd.
Little peculiar, a little strange. She also has been incredibly distant, and last night she said she just felt like sleeping on the couch because the AC hits better. But Opie says this is 100% true. but I swear I hear her talking on the phone in the middle of the night. When I got up to check on her, I accidentally tripped over the dog and made a huge racket. So when I got downstairs, she appeared to be asleep. Guys, ICU. We need more ICUs in the comments.
What's she hiding?
I need to see more ICUs than I'm currently seeing at this moment. I brought up all of this morning and said, I'm not accusing her of anything, but all this put together is making me feel uneasy. I wasn't trying to bait her or fight with her, just get my feelings on the table. She said, you, yeah, you're a major effing a-hole. Okay. Because I don't have any other humans to point to.
Put it the 59 people here now.
59, you right there. Oh my gosh. Said, I am a major effing a-hole for bringing this up on her first day back at work. I said I wasn't trying to pry, just communicating with her. And she said, your communication is prying and I'm not discussing this with you ever again. Never. She then took the kids to summer camp and left. So am I the a-hole? We do have relevant comments. We do have an update that is just mere hours later from where we're being left off right now.
Dang.
It's hot, heavy, it's juicy.
This is a good one. Wow.
But we have to stop right here real quick.
Okay.
First off, we need a poll in the chat. Welcome to everyone watching on the members only live right now. If you're watching this episode afterwards and you're like, oh, how do I get to be on the episodes while they recorded? Just join as a member, like these amazing people here. But my amazing members, we're gonna put up a poll that is cheating or not. Cheating or not. I currently feel like she is cheating, and I feel like that because OP, it's a pretty, yes, sometimes it can be confrontational to be like, hey, you've been seeming a little bit off, like things of that nature, but it's not that. Her response and blowback was way worse than the possible insinuation of like, hey, you're not, you're being rude and disrespectful and all this. Am I right? Am I wrong, Riley?
It's very sneaky the way she's going about all of this.
She's sleeping on the couch.
You
just got back. I wanna be with you and sleep in the same bed. No. The AC. Hey.
Not taking pictures on a bachelor. Come on, dude. You know she picked out those outfits weeks before it happened.
Dude, if she's Instagramming getting her kids every day, there is not a shot in the universe. There's zero possibility that she didn't want to take pictures of everything happening unless there was something that she could not take pictures of that was happening.
Yes.
Speaking of 100% certainty, our members right now recording this live episode 100% say they're cheating.
Oh my God.
Literally not even one person so far thinks that OP's wife is not cheating.
Wow.
I think you, me, everyone on the live, everyone's in agreement. But ladies and gentlemen, let's find out.
Let's do it.
If she was actually cheating. So on to some relevant comments. Witch King of Bryn Mawr says, not the a-hole. There's a lot of missing information here, but the fact that she won't discuss the vacation with you and even considers it prying when you ask about it is very strange. Sleeping on the couch is kind of the nail in the coffin for me. 23 Mateo 16 says this right here. If for whatever reason I didn't go on vacation with my significant other, I'm definitely in contact the whole time and would be super happy to talk about everything when I got back. Who doesn't? What I saw, who I met, experiences, and everything. I see a lot of red flags here. Miss Assassin Lady says, I went to Disneyland for the first time 2 years ago with my friend. I was constantly texting my husband and sending him pictures when I rarely take pictures / post, especially of myself. When I got home, I told him all about the trip and everything we did. There's something definitely suspicious about OP's wife.
Because Miss in lady, Miss Assassin Lady,
Miss Ass in the Lady.
To her, she doesn't post a lot. She was excited, so that's why she did all that things.
Who truly, who wouldn't? I cannot think of any scenario possibly on planet Earth where you wouldn't share it. But another relevant comment here, Chemical Ad 6301 says, it's wild that when you told her it was a little suspicious, she made it even more suspicious with her reaction. You already know, don't you? Whoa. Old Willingness 3622 says, check her friend's social media. I'm sure you'll find stuff and look at their text messages. That the other person's Insta, great. Looking at her text messages, I don't know.
That's a door you go through and won't come back.
Exactly. You can't come back from that, and you're getting in the ditch.
What percentage of cheating certainty do you have to be in order to check your partner's phone?
Dude, that's a great question.
Because if it's 100%, you don't need to check it.
I think, the safest answer and something Sam has said that I do agree with is the
probable cause.
Not is it probable cause? It's where you're rolling by and you witness it by accident. So if you're holding the phone and a text comes in and is like, "Hey baby, remember that last night in Mexico, Zooey Mama?" Yeah. Then you have license.
Yeah. Okay, little silly fangirl says 85%. 85%. I agree with that.
Yeah, that's a pretty good.
You don't see any of that. It's like, okay, what percentage of I'm pretty sure this person is cheating on me? You look at the phone.
Yeah,
85% sounds good.
85% is a pretty reasonable number. I think most people get behind that. But OP replies to that saying, "Dang it, I should have included that. Her friend posted on social media up until the third day, but there were no pics or tags of my wife, and then my friend deleted everything from a couple days leading up to the trip." Dude, the evidence is stacking. The evidence is stacking.
Whoa.
The bride-to-be rarely posts, so it's not surprising that she doesn't have much. Ludi Crystal Capacious says, that's really, really odd. Something happened on that trip. It may not even be cut and dry cheating, but something really weird had to have happened. I mean, what could it be other than cheating that everyone doesn't? Oh, that's a good point. Maybe they were doing some substances that maybe they don't want their families, other people to see.
Check out this line I'm about to hit.
Line of poetry that I'm reading how much I love my friend. Honestly, Riley, what if it was both? Because hear me out. If OP was sneaking off and doing some stuff, because what were they at the strip club all day? It's like, oh, I have to imagine at some point OP's wife, would go off and, do the dastardly deeds. But also the fact that she deleted everything leading up to it, the fact that the wife had, I could see the wife having just the morning when they're getting brunch, but what if they're doing some crazy stuff the whole time?
That's what I thought. After reading this the first time, I thought they somebody.
Oh,
I thought they killed someone.
Yeah, from McSwarmy, sounds like they did a crime. I kind of think that's the wild card conspiracy theory here.
Yeah.
Tell me what you guys think in the comments. But
what crimes did they do?
Because the fact that she deleted everything, I don't know. Honestly, I think it might be crime. Imagine she actually didn't cheat, was super faithful, but somebody in the group, maybe OP's wife, committed a crime. Do you break up? If she...
Oh yeah, is she hiding all this from me?
Yeah.
Or is she hiding it from me to keep me safe?
Because if your wife is like an unaliver.
Okay. If they're unaliver, yeah, but they still got to spend money after 9 p.m.
That's, yeah. You're right. That doesn't explain that. If anything, you'd be going to Home Depot and buying ropes and bags and bleach.
Whoa. Explain yourself. Why are we getting all that stuff?
On to the next update. A few hours later, by the way, totally not changing the subject. It's a few hours later. It's important. Edit. So I just realized that her text probably synced to her iPad. So I just checked. OP did it. OP danced with the devil. It took me a while to figure out the passcode, but I did. But there was an iMessage at 9:15 the night she got to the resort from a number with no contact information that said, "Okay, I'll meet you in the lobby." Is the app you said Signal?
Wait.
You know what that means, don't you?
Yeah, don't you have that app?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Signal it's basically like the most locked down messaging app there is. So AKA, if you want to cheat with someone and have it as secluded and out of the way as humanly possible.
No sponsored name brand app.
Yes. Thank you. Well, you know what? They mentioned it, so I'll say it. But that if you're going to cheat, that is the app to cheat with.
Okay.
What a sponsorship that is.
Wow.
Hey, you want to cheat? I got the app for you. But I looked up Signal and it's kind of like WhatsApp. The iPad doesn't have Signal on it. Meaning, did she use it, then delete it? Hit it and quit it. One could say. Edit number 2. If you have been following my comments, you've seen that my sister is coming over and that she's an insane internet sleuth and is relentless when it comes to this cheating stuff. She also scares me a bit, so I'm hoping this isn't a mistake. Oh, if I'm afraid of what this is going to do too. If OP's already just let's just go through the messages, I'm going to probably stop responding for a while so we can talk and she can do her thing. I am numb, but she can do this. Thanks to everyone for the nice comments and the reality check. It's not looking good. Edit number 3. She cheated. Are we relieved that it's not an unaliving situation?
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
That this is not a true crime documentary.
I am kind of happy that
is low key kind of better.
Yeah. Let's go through divorce, but at least she doesn't go to jail.
Murder of the coochie, not a human.
Yeah.
That's too bad. 2 horrendous things. But she cheated. My sister was able to get lots of info from the real estate guy, okay? And my wife denied it at first, but then admitted to it. Sorry it took so long to update, but I'm numb. I have literally zero idea what to do now. Guys, we have more relevant comments with lots of back and forth responses from OP. And another update just a few hours after this point. This guy is going through it.
Real estate guy? Who is this?
Yeah, I don't know what the real estate guy is.
New character enters chat? What's this?
A new character has entered. Apparently, she was able to, through their real estate agent, unlock enough evidence to confront her about the cheating, and then she admitted to it. I don't know. But, okay, we're at this point.
We're here.
We know that she cheated. She went to the Mexico trip. She snapped at him. She was, doing the classic oh, I'm going to lash out at you because you're asking because I'm the one that cheated and did the wrong here. Divorce.
Yeah.
Can we get a quick poll up? Yeah. So you think divorce instead of going to therapy and counseling first.
Yeah, no, divorce. I feel like the wife is checked out of the relationship whenever she went on that trip, and like she was sleeping on the couch. I just see a lot of
like she's just given up completely.
Yeah,
that is a great point. Like if it's pretty,
she came back and was like sorry, checked up on him, you know, did the work, but she's not doing any work.
I don't know. Did she do the work?
She's doing the work to keep it hidden. She's not doing any work.
She did the work to cover up the dirt. That's the only work that she did. Yeah, I think that is honestly a great, because again, we usually go therapy, counseling first and then go for the decision. But if someone has very clearly checked out and they're not trying to, or it's pretty clear that they've given up on the relationship. And also, I think if someone cheats on you, especially if you like that is grounds for ending the relationship. You know, that breaks the whole foundation of trust of the whole relationship. So, yeah.
How did the sister get out of her?
Apparently.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah. Garden Bee says she's past the point of therapy. He'll never be at ease in this relationship. Oh, and Belle Conkling makes another fantastic point. It's premeditated cheating.
Yeah.
Honestly, that is significant. It's one thing if like she went out with the friends and then there was a guy hitting on her. Oh, like again, all terrible, all trust broken. But if she had like maybe made out or slept with a guy, immediately was like, I totally effed up everything. When it was like, hey, chances are she slept with this guy way more than once, right? A whole week-long trip in Mexico. You're only sleeping together once. Yeah, freaking right.
Everywhere.
Just so and we're at 100% again of divorce. Chat has spoken. Honestly, I will say I was debating in my head, do we do therapy or counseling first? But I think Riley, you and everyone in the comments have kind of convinced me that she's checked out. It was premeditated. She's kind of done with the relationship. So why?
Yeah, not everyone's like you and your girl. Not everyone's good people.
That's true. Anyways, you know what else has started? Is this next section. Armageddon 121 says she should do this professionally. Private investigator, basically. What? Oh, you're saying this? The sister should be a private investigator. Honestly, yeah. Like, kudos. OP says, I love my little sister to death, and obviously her skills and tenacity were invaluable here, but I don't think the world is ready for how vicious she can be. Dang. C614 says, so what did little sis find out in the past 24 hours? You haven't really given any kind of update. Great point. OP responds, my sister had a burner phone and texted him as my wife that her husband, me, was suspicious, so she had a new phone and for him to contact her on Signal there if he wanted to stay in touch. Literally within seconds, he sent a Signal message, and through the course of an hour or so, my sister, again pretending to be my wife, was able to get him to reminisce about the week they had. He sent pics of them together in the bar, them on a beach together, etc., etc. I mean,
I am screaming.
Dude, this is some FBI level espionage right here.
Wow. I'm taking notes.
Bro, wow. Hopefully we never have to use those notes.
Well, like in other
but
ways.
Yeah. Just for the general life skill. Oh my God. We took pics of the Signal messages with another phone, so there is 100% smoking gun evidence of her with the guy and him saying how much fun they had. Wow. Mr. Bill X says, really gross that a couple of dinners and drinks was all it took. Sorry, brother. OP says, what I can't get over is how sleazy the guy is. He's not attractive. He's overweight. His real estate website reads like some get-rich-quick scheme. Oh, maybe that's where the real estate came in? They like corroborated like, hey, check the real estate network or something? I don't know. He literally looks like Tony Soprano with 30 extra pounds and greasier hair. Ugh. I'm ripping myself up because I just don't get it. I probably make more money than he does. Combined, we certainly do. So what does he have that was worth it? Is it that I spent our money on maxing out our retirement accounts and college savings and not on flashy BS like he does? Dude. I mean, I could understand if she was attracted to a hippie, a rock climber, surfer dude with rock hard abs, but this guy makes it so much worse. I feel like a failure.
Yeah, this is another story I've read where like someone cheats on another person and the other person they're cheating on with is unattractive.
Riley, now I have to ask it. Do you, would you rather be cheated on with a really handsome guy or a really ugly guy? I think after reading this, really ugly. Really handsome.
Yeah, really handsome.
Because it's like exactly what OP said. What about this was worth it? At least you're like, okay, he's like a Greek god. Okay. Not that it doesn't change anything, but it just feels worse if it's like, yo, this guy is greasy Tony Soprano.
Yeah.
who ate too many pizzas. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I feel like such a failure. I forgot that last line of that one. Ouch. Initial Training 320 says, I'd also be curious to know how your sister found out. Did she pretend to be your wife on a call or text? I was sure you were going to have trouble figuring it out, so good for you and your sister. OP, I'm sorry. I've had well over 1,000 questions asking for clarification. If you are asking how we found out who the guy is, it went like this. I logged into my wife's iPad and there was a single iMessage from an unknown number where my wife said she would meet him in the lobby asking what the signal app is. I Googled that number and it's a real estate agent's number who works in South Florida. Dude, I found his Instagram and was able to verify that he was in fact in Mexico this past week, supposedly on a golf trip with his friends. Oh my God. Wow. Oh, dude. I'm
RIP for my boy.
RIP. Oh, great poll, by the way. More pretty or uglier?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Oh my God, dude. I just keep getting sadder. Guys, I just keep getting sadder reading all of this. I don't know. Sophia Calon says, I feel like if he's ugly, it makes it easier just to see how bad your significant other is, because if they're hot, you might understand it more. No, that's a good point. I guess that is a good point. Like it does make it, because sometimes we read these scenarios where the person's like, should I stay or should I go? And to Sophia Calon's point, it's like, hey, if they threw it all away for someone who's like way, quote unquote, a few leagues below your own, that makes it a lot easier to just like cut it. Olivia Gray says, whether they are ugly or handsome, I think the spouse who is being cheated on would probably feel that way. Yeah. Like no matter what, you're going to be hurt. No matter what, it's going to be probably relationship ending,
Yeah. It looks like everyone says more pretty rather than more ugly.
Got you. Yeah. But you lose either way.
Yeah.
You really just lose.
I mean, this is a good comment.
Tanya Gonzalez says, 2, just because I know I look good and I would just clown him for the rest of my life. Lol.
Low key.
It does give you clowning abilities.
Yeah.
Even more clowning abilities.
You know what? I'd pick 2.
But if someone cheats on you, you can already clown on them because they're being a clown for cheating.
True.
But I kind of want to finish the story because I just keep
me
getting
too.
more sad.
Yeah.
And this next update, Riley, is yet another few hours later.
Dude.
This man has not gone to sleep yet.
I feel like his sister's just like making it go way faster.
This has all happened in a 9 to 5. Some people get a days of work done. They end an entire relationship in a day.
Wow.
Or figure out that you should end it. Anyways, edit number 4. So for people looking for our personal stuff, we don't live in Lubbock. That's interesting. Nor does my wife work for the Lubbock school system. People are crazy. Don't sleuth on them. But we grew up in the area and went to college there, but we have long since moved to another community. Please don't try to research this, as you may hurt someone who is totally not involved. I'm getting lots of advice to delete this, and I don't want to, but I may have to. Edit number 5. I know people really want updates, and we've been talking, arguing, screaming, threatening all day long.
Oh, man.
I'm more confused than I was this morning, that's for sure. But I'm also confused, exhausted, sad, upset, nervous, and I don't know what to do. I did make a preliminary appointment with a family law attorney, again, same day, tomorrow, my God, tomorrow, to talk about protecting assets and how to navigate the legal way ahead, regardless of what I choose to do. I will say that there's a subreddit that this was cross-posted to, and it may be the most toxic group of people I've ever seen online, and I feel really bad for those people. Definitely not okay story time.
Definitely not there.
As for the privacy issues, no one has figured out who we are. That's not a challenge, by the way. I'm very tired and I doubt people are still invested, but if there's still interest, I can update either on this post or on a new one in a few days. I'm really hoping to sleep tonight. Please, Opie, please sleep. Stop typing on Reddit and lay your head on a pillow, please, for all of us. My sister still has the kids and they are having a blast. I forgot they had kids. I forgot they had kids together, Riley.
Ooh.
Oh.
This is even worse.
Oh. And I went to the lake with her boyfriend's family, his sister's boyfriend's family today. So I'm glad they're in good hands. For a second, I thought he was saying they went to the lake with my wife's boyfriend's family. I was like, what? Oh, no, okay. That was a
Dollar General brand. What's that guy? Who do you say you look like? Greasy what?
Oh, Greasy Tony. The great value Tony Soprano. The greasier, 30-pound heavier Tony Soprano. Oh my God, guys. But we're not over. We're going to close it out with these relevant comments and then it's finito. It's finito. We'll see if we get a confirmation whether they go through divorce or not. Opie does respond a lot. No Range 3120 says, I am sorry, Opie. Definitely not the a-hole. I know you have had a lot to sort through right now, emotionally and logistically, but there are a lot of people in your corner. Also, there is no excuse for cheating. Do not let her justify, manipulate, and gaslight you into believing anything else. Get your divorce and some therapy. Everything will get worse, but it will get better too. Good luck. Everything will get worse, but it will get better too is kind of a bar.
That is a bar.
It'll all get worse and all get better. Dang. Opie responds, in one of her more lucid moments today, I was begging her to tell me why she chose a guy who weighs 300 pounds with greasy hair on his fourth marriage with at least 6 kids. And she flat out told me that he made her feel special. Dude.
I don't even know what to say to that.
I'm also speechless. Usually we have all kinds of commentary.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know women at all because I've spent my entire life trying to not be that guy and have my wife set up for retirement, have my kids set up for college. We have a nice second home on the lake. I took risks to move from engineering management in my company so I could provide our family with everything. I work late hours. I love my kids, coached Little League and volleyball and swimming, even though I could barely doggy paddle. I love her parents and paid for them to go to Hawaii with us last year. An effing fat Tony Soprano with his rented Ferrari on his awful Florida real estate website made her feel special. And I'm looking at the prospect of legitimately not seeing my kids on Christmas morning ever again.
Oh, no. That's not going to happen.
I feel like we've said this many times, and I've had many people in the chat and comments say, if there is infidelity and it's provable, which he literally has pretty much ironclad proof, I think he'll be able to, at a bare minimum, be able to see his children before they turn 18. I mean, the fact that he would get 0% custody after she cheated and iced him out.
Dude, just get a good lawyer. You'll be fine.
Yeah, and he's already talking to one right now. Ruben says, does your wife even care that she just ruined her entire family? Opie says, in 1 minute, she's devastated and begging me not to do anything rash and asking me to think of what the kids will do being raised in a split household. I hate that. And in the next day, she's utterly unapologetic and telling me I caused all of this.
Oof.
Ooh. I'm all over the place emotionally too, so I get it, but it's a little hard to hear that I caused.
Yeah.
I'm still left wondering, he made her feel special, but it's like, what is it?
Yeah. Ooh, here we go.
Miss Jaybird says, if he was working late all the time, she could have felt neglected, but that's no reason to cheat with the first person that gives you attention. You talk about it with your partner. Honestly, Miss Jaybird, I think that is probably the most accurate theory I've seen so far, because he's basically think about it. He worked hard enough to get a second house on a lake.
And has retirement funds,
and college funds for the kid, paying for Hawaii vacations for her parents. Bro, that takes hard work. So possibly, and again, we can only ever hear from OP's side, so that's all we have to go off of. But if we're taking OP's word,
yeah, dude, with what Miss Jaybird said, I could see where she felt neglected. Still no excuse.
Yeah, I think it's like she didn't get the attention she wanted, and she used that to justify it in her own mind.
Yeah, you could have been like, "Hey, babe, I don't have attention. Give me."
But no, we have to sleep with 300-pound Tony Soprano in Mexico.
Come on.
That's what we have to do, Riley. This is mandatory. Common ad 5586 says, after reading your comments, isn't it imperative that you inform the sleazeball's wife that she has a husband who cheats? Interesting. I would run that idea past your sister and see what she thinks. OP responds, it will definitely happen, but I need to talk to the lawyer tomorrow first. I think if I hadn't asked my sister to babysit yesterday and today, this would now be a viral cheater story all over TikTok with the pictures to prove it.
Ooh.
Initial Training 320 says, I hope that there are no graphic photos that would make her famous in South Florida. At least I hope that you didn't have to see any. Opie said, no, nothing graphic, just selfies taken at the bar with their arms around each other. Them sitting on the beach in lounge chairs, sort of snuggled up. Oh, there's a few pics where he paid for her to do a parasailing and riding ATVs. There's enough where she can't deny she was spending time with him, but nothing graphic enough that would make me want to blow my brains out. And that's it. Wow. ladies and gentlemen, while we didn't get like a 1000% confirmation I'm leaving her, it seems to me that he was headed in that direction.
Yeah.
And I have to imagine that's probably where it ended up.
Yeah, there's no way that's gonna work out because he's still like, what is she saying? It's your fault.
Yes.
Not taking blame.
She goes back and forth to like, I think she's just literally trying to say whatever she can to get him to take her back, because probably she's also like, oh crap, now I'm losing out on the lake house. I doubt he would pull the vacations for my parents, all the other financial support. Yeah. I think she's just trying to say whatever she thinks will work.
Yeah.
And freaking out. To answer, I'm going to quickly answer this question for the episode. Which mistakes in a relationship are inexcusable? I would definitely say this. I think this instance of cheating, and to be specific with it, she was lashing out on him before he found out. She was projecting onto him. She was the one that did the dirt. She's going back and forth between being apologetic and blaming it all on him. I guess he asked, but even the comment of like, he made her feel special. Like, if anything, I should be like, I think how Miss Jaybird communicated it, where it was like, hey, you were working so long, I wanted to have some sort of attention paid to me or whatever, if that's what that was, which I think that kind of equates to feeling special. But yeah, I think this cheating like this is inexcusable. We have had lots of stories where someone cheats where it's like a kind of like we said at the beginning of the story, where it's like a one-time thing. They instantly regret it, tell the partner everything, and try to do everything they can. And in some cases, we've seen they were together for like 10, 15 years after the instance of cheating too. And it ultimately worked out for them. When
it comes to telling the sleazeball's wife, conspiracy theory?
Yes, talk to me.
He did the same thing that he did to OP's wife. He feels special. I think he said it's his fourth wife. Not sure if that's true or not.
Fourth, yeah.
He probably cheated on her too and got her the same way he got OP's wife.
Initially, she was the affair partner. Then he stole her away, and maybe he keeps losing him because of how he's getting them. He's just like, oh, I'll just cheat with someone until I get them to marry me. I honestly, just logically, why would you marry them?
Yeah.
Like, if you just want to cheat all the time, why not literally just be single? I don't understand. Oh, Olivia Gray says, okay, story time consistently validates my decision to be/stay happily single. We do read the craziest relationship stories. Every like worst case scenario in a relationship we have read on the show without a doubt.
That is true. This is true.
Oh man. Oh man.
Man.
Well, I think that's a wrap on that. Unless you have any.
That.
Why do you hate sound off so much? Please explain.
All right. Well, here's another thing.
Yeah.
A tip from Man Guy Pissed. Riley, I just started the stream and I'm not going to see your response until later, but the phrase sound off from the military, U.S. military, commanding officers yell it and expect a yes, sir, sir, yes, sir. Sophia didn't make it up. Okay, I don't know. The way she just says it, I don't know.
I've heard of sound off before.
You have?
Yeah, like in the context, she's like, sound off, queens.
I don't know.
So you think she invented it, and that's why and she was
in a way, yeah,
trying to pass it off. I mean, she did invent so much hate.
Oh yeah, that's so wrong.
Yeah, but sound off, I've heard
sound
that before.
Off. I don't know. it just doesn't go off the tongue right.
It's not clicking for you.
It's not does it click for you? Sound off.
Yeah, I like sound off. Sound off's good. I like it. I can get down with the sound off.
Sound off. No,
sound off.
I just can't. It feels wrong for some reason. It's like the other word though makes sense why it feels wrong for me. But
what other word?
No, glazed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no.
See, I won't torture Riley with that one, but I will torture him with sound off.
Why?
And I have a new one.
I have a new one.
And also like it's the lesser of two evils, is it not?
Yeah, it is.
It is a lesser of two evils. So I won't torture you that much. I'll torture you a little bit.
Riley being a hater. I guess I am being a hater for this word. It just doesn't click. I will hate on it, but I'm not gonna hate on this next beautiful story coming from this man's lips.
Oh my God.
My maid of honor tried to ruin my bachelorette party, so I took back control. I, 23 female, am getting married to my fiance, 23 male, next autumn. I've asked my friend, 23 female, let's call her Jen, to be my maid of honor, and she happily accepted. By the way, this comes from Unique Mastodon 3998 on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, about a week ago, Jen and my mother, me and my mother aren't close and don't get along very well, planned together to make a group chat with my family and friends, excluding me, to make it a surprise, to arrange my hen party, which is like a bachelorette party. It was getting arranged so early due to certain members having to travel a few hundred miles to attend and date. And a date needed to be arranged to suit everyone. While shopping for my wedding dress, Jen and my mother were telling me that they were going to dress me up in a hen costume for the night, which I strongly disagreed with, saying I wouldn't like to dress up as it would make me uncomfortable and embarrassed all night, to which they replied, after a few drinks, you won't care.
Oh, God.
So, fast forward about, and we're not letting you look all glam for your hen party.
What?
Fast forward about a week, and one of the member of the hen group chat, we'll call them Jess, had messaged me to say Jen had put a dress theme to dress me up as a male anatomy costume, to which Jess replied that I doubt the bride would like to be dressed up like that, and maybe a last rodeo theme would be more suitable, or something along those lines, more upbeat and fun.
Yo, low-key, chat just manifested that costume decision.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I said rooster party. Y'all said
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
party.
Rock party.
Yep.
Rocks, rock hard, rock climbing, rock hard party.
Yep. Then Jen replied, unfortunately, I have been left in charge of planning this hen, but thank you for your input, which made Jess feel like she had to inform me before Jen ruined my hen party completely, as Jess just wanted me to enjoy. I left the situation alone, hoping that maybe it would be sorted out, as everyone in the group chat should know that I don't want to be dressed up like a giant
Rock. Like a giant ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
Yep. Before I knew it, I had other people from the group message me to let me know that the plans hadn't changed and Jen wanted to go to the town, and that she lived in to save herself money and planned activities that she would like rather than what I would like. And when the members of the group expressed their doubt for me enjoying these activities, they were again shut down, and it seemed that Jen was planning the night for herself. Off with her head.
That's not your party.
No.
That's not your party, Jen.
That's not your party.
That's not your party.
Eventually, Jen had enough of all the arguing, and she messaged me asking me for some guidance.
Mm-hmm.
She messaged me.
She was like, what are we talking about? Length? What are we talking about? Width?
Do you want hair? Do you want trim? Do you want veins? And how many do you want?
What kind of vascular ranking are we getting here? Yeah.
Do you want there to be emissions on the top? I can add a button. You squeeze it. Which I was happy with, and told her the location I'd like to go to. It's about 15 minutes on a train, and I'd never been there before, and maybe a few activities or bars/clubs that I had seen, which looked interesting, to which Jen replied, well, since you already know what you'd like to do, then plan it yourself. I'm not doing it anymore.
Oh, wow.
To which I told her, that's fine. She can still plan it and keep it a surprise, but I've just given a guidance, and she told me 3 times to forget about it and for me to plan it myself, and she also removed herself from the group chat. She's extra. Toss her into the streets.
Well,
Stomp on her. After a few hours, presumably after she had spoken to my mother, who's been backing her up all the way in the group chat and encouraging her ideas, Jen messaged me to say that she had thought about it and wanted to still plan my party, which I happily agreed to, and she was added back to the group chat.
okay.
I see you.
Oh.
I see you. Jen is up to no good. Causing trouble in our neighborhood. Putting little dingalings with their hoods.
Little schlinguses.
Little schlongers.
We just need to come up with all different plingus.
A plingus, a plumbus.
A pingor.
A meat wand.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, we'll stop at that one.
Which I happily agreed to, and she was added back to the group chat. I thought everything was sorted until yesterday, when Jess informed me that Jen had messaged the group chat again and told everyone, didn't ask if they were happy with these ideas, that we were all going to the cheapest and most chavvy, bottomless brunch in her town and then home afterwards. No activities or going out for a few drinks after. She had told everyone that they need to send deposits ASAP for it to be booked. At this point, I was extremely frustrated, as it had already been causing arguments. And after our last discussion, when she asked for my guidance and threw a hissy fit, it seemed like she was doing this to spite me. So I messaged her and told her that due to everyone contacting me saying they were unhappy about the plans and her not listening to any of the other members' ideas and ignoring my guidance, that I would be taking back over the hen. I worded a lot nicer than that. I'm just writing it quickly for the post. Jen then had another hissy fit. Who is this friend? This friend sucks.
Dude, Jen just wants to be the hen. Jen the hen.
That tickled my brain.
Yeah, let's go.
Just give it a little tickle fight.
Tickle.
Jen then had another hissy fit and told me she didn't want to be my maid of honor anymore and is stepping back from the wedding, and it's all down to me, and proceeded to leave the group chat. Honestly, good riddance. She sounds like she's nothing but trouble.
Yeah, you can't do that. That's 2 strikes, but you can't give her the third. It's over. Don't let her back. Don't let her back in.
Says heat-seeking moisture missile. I was extremely frustrated at this point, and didn't try to beg for her to be my maid of honor. So I told her, okay, if that's what you like, and left it at that. So am I the a-hole for taking back control of my hen?
Nah.
We got edits, but yeah, no.
Jen can't hen.
Jen can't hen. And she's a 0 out of 10.
And you can write that with a pen.
Jen can't handle it.
Yeah. Honestly, you should stop being her friend. So OP is not the a-hole. Edit for everyone asking about my mom. It's a whole different story. We don't get on very well, never have. She doesn't like me very much and is trying to control as much of my wedding as she can. But me and my fiance can see right through it and don't allow it to happen. It's our big day and we want what's best for us. For instance, she said she would pay for my hair and makeup and I happily agreed. But when I asked for her to show me the hairdresser or the makeup artist, she was refusing to tell me and just to trust her, but I'd rather see what kind of person I'm working with and if I like their style of hair/makeup, etc. So in conversation with my maid of honor, she name dropped the makeup artist. So I searched her up and her makeup was absolutely shocking. And there was no way I'd ever use her. So going off my instincts and thinking she didn't want me to look my best, I then booked my own hairstylist and makeup artist. And she's now refusing to pay for them because they're the one I've picked. Also, I mentioned that when we were wedding dress shopping, they were discussing the hen. The only reason my mother was there was because she offered to pay for my dress, which really, really surprised me. And she said that she wanted to be there to help with the dress shopping, which I agreed. By the way, you should always agree to join our lives every weekday at 3 p.m. BST on Facebook and YouTube. Just join and tap our profile right now. There's another relevant update, but yeah, you need to distance yourself from this person. This person should not be your maid of honor. She's going to ruin your wedding.
Yeah, no, I think we've when somebody, what's the Maya Angelou quote? When somebody shows you their true colors, believe them. So there you go. It wasn't me. That was Maya.
And we love Maya.
We're on a first name basis.
So I found one dress that I absolutely loved, and it was pricey, around 2,300 pounds. But the shopkeeper said if I took it today, I could take it for 1,600 pounds. And my mom said she's willing to pay 1,000 pounds previously to going shopping. So I said I'd pay the extra 600 and take the dress. But my mom turned around and told me she doesn't like the dress and she's not putting a penny towards it. Wow. The dresses she liked on me were the most basic and plain ones that looked the absolute worst on me, according to the shop employees and even their stylists. I've had to go out today and buy my own dress without my mother and my absent maid of honor. All these people stuck. Fire them from the wedding. I do not like these people. Get them out of here.
What is going on here? It's not your wedding. It's their wedding. Like, it's just, why do people try to make this kind of event about themselves?
Yeah. It's annoying. It's annoying. It's like you should be providing whatever you can to make them feel like it's their special day.
Right.
Not trying to control it to be what you want them to look like. They are garbage people that are spewing garbage all over the sanctity of OP's beautiful wedding cake.
Big old garbage.
Big old stink. The little raccoons tossing garbage into they're tossing garbage and throwing up garbage. Tiffany Falsey says, boo these people. Agreed. But that's where that story ends.
A bride made a profit on a bachelorette trip. This is OKOP. We read the craziest true stories on earth. I'm John. Sam and Sophia. Is it wrong to profit off a bachelorette trip?
Weddings are expensive.
Weddings are expensive.
Yeah.
Extort your friends?
Yeah, extort them for every penny they have.
Get their money.
Yeah.
Get their.
It's a pre-wedding present.
If they loved you, they'd
Give you all their money, right?
Yeah, but what actually happens, Sean?
Well, according to DorkVader23, who says, I miss the days when bridesmaids were treated like people and not like stage props. My future sister-in-law is getting married, so of course I'm a default bridesmaid. That's what happens. There's so much tea here, and I'm glad to spill it to my Reddit community because I can't gossip about it to my family.
Now to our Reddit.
Now to our community.
Yes.
The OK fam, the little sillies.
Patiently.
Yes. Thank you, guys. So, about 6 months ago, the bride planned her destination bachelorette trip and charged each of the 11 girls $650 for the Airbnb.
So this is where we're getting to the extorting, possibly.
Yeah.
Possible extortion.
Possible extortion.
50.
Did they get kidnapped on the trip too? We don't know.
Well, you want your money's worth.
Exactly. So kidnap.
Yeah, it's a whole experience.
Oh man, the whole experience.
We are back.
Kidnapping and getting your money taken. So I was salty about the high cost. I would be too. But it's my sister-in-law, so I sucked it up and I paid her. I was also suspicious about the high AF price, so I did a cross-check on the Airbnb listing and it did check out. Yes, this B wanted a $2,300 a night beachfront house.
So excessive. And someone established that was like three nights.
Potentially
Potentially around 3 nights. If
Yes.
Getting charged $650.
So, I mean, oh, right.
No,
So
like someone in the comments did the math.
if they're using all the $650, then that would cover 3 nights.
Yeah.
Okay, that's important information to know. So if they are 3 nights, it could check out, but is it? Well, today I'm chatting about wedding stuff with my brother, who is marrying my future sister-in-law, and he said something along the lines of, what a relief that her dad paid for the Airbnb because that would have been so expensive for your group. Whew.
rough.
Excuse me?
It's horrible.
That's bad.
That's bad.
What
That's
does this
bad.
mean?
This
Ladies and
means that
gentlemen.
there's extortion going on.
Yes.
This means that the brother didn't know
Brother had no idea.
Brother-
She took the money,
and ran.
stayed quiet. So she's getting not only the free vacation, she's also getting the money.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Which she should. She needs it for her wedding. This is all good. This is
Bachelorette
fine.
party.
This is all.
Exactly.
Maybe some spillover
Yeah.
for the wedding. Yeah. That's where the profit goes. There you go. I about choked.
You did that this last time, and I'm still shocked by it.
He said, hey, are you sure about that? Because that's all 11 women who paid $650 for the house alone. Just the house. Maybe run it by her. His face turned purple. So I take it he had no idea.
Do faces turn purple?
I was actually going to try, but I was like, it didn't work. So to add to the greed going on here, when I got married, I flew her out, paid for her accommodations, her hair, her makeup, paid for her bridesmaids' dresses, and paid transportation because she was going through a hard time. And now she has the balls to steal from me.
That's wild to like do that to your future husband's like sister too.
Right?
Like to anyone, but
Yeah. This is basically the closest women in your life.
yeah.
Like it's gonna get
Which
back
is
to
why
you
they should give
right
you money.
away.
Which is why they should give you money.
Should you, okay, here's the question.
Yeah.
Is it okay to ask for like a $650 donation? Is it okay to ask for the money to go into the bachelorette party? If you're transparent, let us know in the comments. We'll talk about for the
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Well, as long as you just say like, hey, like what it's being used for, I think it's fine. But let's go in the story.
We'll let you all decide. I get that weddings are expensive, but don't have one if it requires stealing from your bridesmaids. I'm assuming I'm the only bridesmaid who is aware of what's going on here. Not sure if I should spill it to the rest of the group or just let it go.
Spill it. Spill it.
There's a chance her dad stepped in and paid for it after the fact, and she just chose not to refund us. I'm not clear on the exact situation and want to avoid embarrassing my brother. We have a big fat juicy update, but let's just pause.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
This is
here.
where we should. This is the moment we should really break down. And the
Yes.
question, I think, first question is: should she spill now to everyone, or should she talk to
Talk to the bride.
or-
Yeah. She should talk to the bride first. Be like, hey, I just found out that you got some money for it. Are you going to be refunding us? And then if she's like, what are you talking about? No. Then confront her more and then talk to everyone else.
But yeah, I like
So-
Sophia's. I like Sophia's
Yeah.
point
3-step. Talk to her.
Yep.
and say, if
all
you
around.
don't tell, I will.
That's what I was going
Ultimatum.
Yeah. If you don't give me all 2,500. So blackmail.
Yeah.
You give me all the money.
Just
And then also pay back.
Also, welcome to the family.
Yeah. Kiss the ring, baby.
Every good family starts with blackmail. I mean, have you seen the beginning of The Godfather?
No,
I have, but I don't remember it.
I haven't seen any of the Godfather, but I have seen
I
a show
stopped it.
about the making of Godfather. So, I've seen it.
Hey, yeah, Sophia hasn't seen it. Guys, have you seen The Godfather? Come on. We can't be the only ones. We can't be. That's how Gen Z I am, okay? Give me a break. But we're going to end this break and get into the juicy update.
Let's get back into it.
Thanks for all the advice and support. And yes, I agree with what most of you are saying. I am morally obligated to spill the beans because $650 is not child's play. Everyone is missing out on their $650.
Unless you're a very rich child.
Yeah.
That's true. Then it's spoiled child's
Then it's
play. You brats. This is what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to talk to my brother and give him the chance to clear it up with my sister-in-law. Okay, so an extra step 0 to our 3-step plan.
Third party.
Before I make a scene, I want to understand what's really going on. For example, did daddy pay for the trip, but sister-in-law decided to put that towards a different wedding expense? Things like that. That answer will determine when/how I tell the rest of the bridesmaids. I'm going to give my brother only 1 to 2 days because this trip is literally next week. Stay tuned for update number 2, which we're about to dive into, but what do the people think?
Jem says yes, another lie. I'm seeing a bunch of no's.
Yeah.
I think that's to the Godfather.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Raven says honesty is the best policy. Kim Kwan says agree, Sophia.
I don't know where
Susie is spill. Kaneko says spill. So people are saying spill it to the rest of the group before you would tell the bride. It seems.
Yeah. I mean, low key, you very much could argue that they lost the ability to kind of have it come to them first by doing this,
Yeah.
right? By stealing the money, saying nothing. It's what Opie said is possible, where it's like, hey, maybe after the fact the dad paid for it, but then the bride should have been like, okay, let me go tell everyone, hey, I'm going to give you your money back. They lost the opportunity to have it done the
But
fair
it
way.
could be that when the brother came, it was like moments after having found out.
Totally.
It could have been
What
like
would he-
that day.
He
Could
would
have been moments after.
I don't
Like,
think
oh
he
my
would have
God.
said it like that if it was like moments after.
Yeah.
Right.
But,
He would have been like, and did you hear?
Yeah, did you hear?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
More clues to inspect on our timeline.
Because actually, that's a great point, Sophia, because what he said, and he's like, and it's great that that dad's paying for everything.
It seems like it happened.
Like
very
ages
easily.
ago.
Yeah. See, Sophia, guys, she's got
a thinker,
she's smart.
This ain't just a hat rack.
not just
That's
a
right.
pretty face.
But let's get into update number 2.
Okay.
So I've regrouped with my brother. My mom has also stepped in, bypassed my brother, and I got some more info directly from her dad. Here's the tea.
Oh, we're getting tea.
Future sister-in-law's dad did not offer to cover the cost until a few months after we all paid for the trip. So it was after the fact.
Okay.
This was after he found out the cost and was pissed that she chose a $2,300 a night house and asked all of us to pay for it. Apparently, he threatened not to pay for the wedding if she added more expenses onto the wedding party. Turns out she originally wanted it in the Maldives, thank you, and he forbid her. So she is just trying to like rack up the cost of everything here.
She seems spoiled.
Which is crazy because it seems like the father is paying for everything already.
Yeah.
Yes, and she just wants to keep up in the bill.
Yeah.
According to my mom, who chatted with him directly, he felt embarrassed when he heard about the Airbnb and wanted to save face with my side of the family. So he gave sister-in-law about $7,000 to cover the cost of the house. She was supposed to refund us, but obviously that never happened. This is where it gets good. Hope he's a great writer.
I'm prepared.
So my mom went total FBI and learned that in addition to not paying us, sister-in-law didn't put the money towards a different wedding expense either. She didn't have it. So where did the money go?
Where did the money go? All the money.
What did she spend it on? There is currently a full-blown investigation going down between our two families right now.
Like seeing where the money going. Oh,
They're trying to go through all of the paper trails to see, like, what if she basically stole all the money that was given to this wedding? I have been asked by my mom not to alert the bridesmaids just yet until the last bits of info come in, And we've come to a resolution with both sister-in-law and her dad. But we will tell them ASAP one way or another. I will come back tomorrow with another update. Wow, crazy. There is another update.
But like some forensic accounting going on between the families right now. I think this, this
calls for a conspiracy theory moment, guys.
I mean, what? So like the conspiracy, what we're theorizing about is what is she spending the money on, or where did the money go? That's what we're conspiracy theorizing.
Well, also, it's not 100% clear, but I think she's stealing all of the money for the wedding.
So like including the wedding, the money that the dad gave?
That's why both families are investigating it.
I thought it was just the $7,000. That's how I understood it.
It might be. My conspiracy theory is she's stealing everything.
I think she's stealing everything.
Yeah.
Because she has to manage the money because she's like planning everything. So she's managing the money like it goes to the flower person.
Yes.
You're right. This is wild. This is wild. But I think she is a sugar mama for some side man.
Yeah, and
that's my big conspiracy theory.
And then she's going to take the money
and she's going to leave. That's it. Hey, it's a conspiracy theory. It's a conspiracy theory, but that's what I'm thinking.
I honestly think there's plausible chances of it happening here.
And also, dually TLDR, basically, there is a bride that possibly extorted money from her friends at the bridal party or the bachelorette party.
Right.
This is big Airbnb.
And we have a few people. So Gia Gagnon says she was buying things for herself, maybe also going to the honeymoon. So maybe she's just like buying personal items and taking money
for the honeymoon later on.
Yeah,
so
because
saving up money.
We haven't heard anyone giving money to the honeymoon yet as well. So maybe that's totally unfunded.
I don't think she would be. She doesn't seem like the person to share with her partner.
That's true.
That.
Yeah. That's
it better if it's both.
We need 100%, not 50-50. That is way too generous.
The thing is that she just stole the $7,000. That's what they're looking for.
Yeah, I think she stole everything. That's my conspiracy theory. Okay. But should we go back to reality?
Let's dive in to update number 3 in reality. The plot thickens.
I love thick plots.
Yeah, he does. So as this drama is all unfolding, the maid of honor, who doesn't know what's going on yet, is continuing her duties. We all get a 4-paragraph text from her outlining the dress code for each night of the bachelorette per the bride's orders. Keep in mind that the bride is asking all of us to go out, buy new outfits for each night of the trip.
What? How? Buy new outfits every night?
Mandatory.
I've been wearing the same outfit for like 3 days in a row.
How dare you?
Sam calls me out because I wear these shorts almost every day during
You
summer.
do, and I don't like them.
I love them.
I don't like those shorts.
I cut these shorts myself.
Guys, don't you know?
I know.
Guys, dang, shots have been fired.
I actually did cut them out.
Guys.
So you're calling out mom.
Anyways, the themes are wild. Oh, God. Animal print Thursday. Faux fur Friday. Sparkle dress Saturday and Barbie brunch Sunday.
Those are like expensive, like faux
These
fur.
are like Halloween costumes.
It sounds honestly kind of lit.
It is.
It kind of sounds lit, except for the fact that you have to pay for all these costumes.
You've already charged me $650.
Yeah.
And you have to buy like women's clothing is more expensive, I've heard. Unless you cut your own shorts.
As if we're all going to go out and buy that crap. Thankfully, the bridesmaids seem to be waking up to the BS. Several of them wrote back saying that they won't be able to pull together those outfits in time. And one flat out said it is just not going to happen. But that's one side of the story to the absolute crap show that is unfolding. My mom is very involved now, and she's paid a decent chunk of the wedding as well. And does not like that the bride is throwing around thousands of dollars from her dad, as well as lying to the bridal party. She has set up a meeting directly with the sister-in-law to cut the BS and explain exactly what's going on. She told sister-in-law she's going to inform the bridesmaids herself unless she gets a valid answer from her.
Ultimatum! That's what we love to hear! Let's go!
At this point, I'm just shoveling down popcorn and waiting for the events to unfold. I will be back tonight and hopefully have the final update, which, guys, we do have another update.
I love when we get like the full story. That's just beautiful. Hit me with that final update.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. Update number 4.
A swan ice sculpture.
She used the $7,000 to book a swan-shaped ice sculpture to be displayed at the reception and didn't tell anyone.
No.
Ice sculptures are $7,000?
And they felt.
Your money is literally going down the drain.
Yeah. $7,000 in an ice sculpture.
Can we at least like the honeymoon? I don't upgrade on your home, furniture,
on water. Like, I mean, all right. What if they got like a $7,000 statue? I mean, I would be probably pissed still.
At least it doesn't melt.
At least it doesn't melt.
Oh my God.
At least
the swan melts.
The swan melts.
Oh my goodness.
But it's perfect for the wedding day.
Honestly, here we go. Beauty is more beautiful when it ends.
That's it.
That's why a sunset is beautiful, because it only happens once a day. It's ephemeral. So that swan is the most beautiful gift that she could give herself.
Okay, David Frost.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, Henry Thoreau.
Take the fucking road less traveled by getting a $7,000 swan.
So it turns out her dad banned her from adding any more extras to the wedding because it was already so expensive and unnecessary, which, if you all remember, the dad earlier in the story had been like, stop adding expenses. When he Venmo'd her for the Airbnb, she thought she was being sneaky and kept it instead. She didn't even tell my brother this. He only found out that her dad decided to cover the Airbnb because those two went out for cigars one night and it came up. So that mystery is solved thanks to my mini FBI crew. But now, the real question remains.
I love John's real questions.
Where the F is my $650 and how to break the news to the bridesmaids, because we still haven't broken it to them.
Right.
Out of the kindness of her soul, my mom is going to give the sister-in-law 24 hours to confess to the bridesmaids and figure out a way to pay us back our money.
Yeah.
That's right. Because you know what? I did not spend my $650 on some damn ice. Okay?
You can cancel the ice sculpture, right? Because it's for the wedding.
Ice sculpturists, it's no refunds. Are you kidding me?
You know what?
Come on.
I bet they wouldn't give you a refund on that.
Probably not.
They'd be like,
I would guess.
No, we
How long
started
does
the
an ice
second.
sculpture take? Probably a while.
Oh, why?
We started pouring the water. Come on. As soon as you book it, we start pouring the water. What are we going to do? Unfreeze it? It's water again.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here?
Yeah.
I have kids to feed. I have bills to pay. It is taking everything in me right now not to text the bridesmaids group right now, but my mom is trying to give sister-in-law one opportunity to do the right thing.
Which I think is good. It's like, it would be better for her to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Than have to reveal it. So give her 24 hours.
100%. Yes. This has been a roller coaster. Don't know if anyone here is still interested, but let me know if I should post one final outcome with the bridesmaids in one last update.
Give me.
I do have some news to share.
What?
There is another update. Oh, I fooled you all.
Success.
I fooled you.
All right. But before we get into this update, should we read some comments?
Please.
So this is live, by the way. So I see Sombrero says, your show is part of my morning routine. It's a little sad, though, that I have to turn this off because I have to work now. Skip work. Watch the live.
Send it to your boss and be like, we should all quit.
Yeah.
Form a strike to watch OKOP.
Form a union.
Let's go.
Samantha McCoy says, nope, they already froze your water, which I guess is a reference to not being able to cancel the Swan ice sculpture. Right? And people were saying how much their wedding costs. If you scroll up a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
So someone said that their wedding costs under 10K. So what, 7K on a Swan and 3K on the wedding?
Yeah. 3K for everything else.
All right. But should we get back into the story?
Guys, let's dive into this next update, number 5. Okay. As promised, here is the latest tea served boiling hot.
Hot.
This is a long update, and I'm going to try to get everything in. First, let's start with the bride's explanation to her family. Myself, my mom, my brother, her fiancé, and her dad. She broke down crying, saying that the wedding planning has been getting to her head and that she had been crushed under the pressure to just have the perfect wedding. Perfect wedding. That's all she wanted.
Yeah.
You know?
This is a classic Bridezilla behavior.
Which, guys, she felt couldn't go on without the alleged ice swan.
Yeah.
Did you actually say that?
It couldn't go on. The show could not go on without the ice swan. How can it be? How can it be a perfect one?
So of course it's true. Everyone knows that all rhymes are true.
See?
That's poems.
Poetry.
True.
Poetry. All true.
Poetry is truth.
How?
I didn't buy her sob story. After this whole incident, I think she's delusional, controlling, attention-starved Bridezilla who is using her wedding as a way to compete with other girls on Instagram. You guys ready for the smoking gun?
Yes.
By the way, her job is influencer, if I didn't mention it.
The swan's a tax write-off.
True.
Yeah.
Get the $7K back and then repay it after tax season.
Bam.
She's just going to take a bunch of pictures with the swan.
Yeah. Hashtag influencer life. I'm crushing it, y'all. My brother took the bait. To be honest, I don't even blame him. This is his future wife, and he said he wants to help her with her mental health and get her back to a good place. We need more ice swans.
Oh,
Yeah. So I bought her another one.
Recommended the ice one.
He is disturbed by the situation, but will continue to support her. The wedding is on, for those of you who are curious. Now, let's get to the matter of the missing $7,000 and whether we're getting our money back. The sad, gut-wrenching answer, probably not.
No way.
What?
Her dad said he already paid the Airbnb cost once and he will not do it again. He said his daughter is 31 years old and needs to get herself out of her own mess and figure out how to make it right. She chimed in that the $7K is gone and asked how she could possibly pay us back. How's that even possible?
Cancel the
Job.
swan.
Go
It's
to
impossible.
work.
No, we can't do it. We can't work. We can't leave the swan. The wedding will be
No,
perfect.
you can't.
It's true.
You gotta-
Her mental health. Her mental
Health's the swan.
Swans are,
Are you really prioritizing money over my mental health?
I mean, just pure facts over here. And my brother refused to pay for her screw up. While I love that everyone is finally forcing this B to be an adult, I would like my money back. More. Unfortunately, we're not going to get it unless she magically wins the lottery or gets a new job. I guess that's doesn't have
It's a viral video with influencer life.
She's an influencer. Isn't she getting like money from? Well, I guess she's not
Influencing.
very good.
Yeah, how good is she? For all this was her whole plan. She's like, my career is gonna pop off once I get this crazy $7,000
Swan, dude.
Here,
Yeah.
you go.
Oh, I was just say someone's Amy12 says no wonder she wanted matching outfits because for the influencer.
Oh, for the pictures.
Such a good point. Y'all are on
Y'all
point.
read between the lines. We
You
got
really
a smart
do.
gang over here.
So for those who asked, there's nothing that we can do legally. Really?
But what can you do?
Illegally. Nice.
Break some kneecaps, baby.
We all willingly paid a fixed amount and would have to move mountains and spend more money to sue. Got it. Okay, that makes sense. Might cost more to get the money than it's worth.
But how much does a crowbar cost?
Free if I steal it. Plus, while she was incredibly shady and terrible friend, she technically didn't do anything wrong that we could prove. Okay. Now, on to the bridesmaids. After some threats from my mom, sister-in-law finally broke down and contacted the bridesmaids in our group chat. She sent a text that made my skin crawl. Hey ladies, you're my bride squad. So I feel compelled to share that my dad recently offered to pay our bachelorette accommodations. Actually, our batch accommodations, okay? However, being that the wedding is so expensive, I have decided to put his donation towards a wedding expense. I hope you all understand, and I can't wait to party with you all next week.
You really embodied her.
Thank you.
I feel like I'm talking to Bridezilla right now.
Whoa.
What do we think? What do we think about that?
Oh my god.
How do we feel about that text?
I told me that someone had like paid for this Airbnb, and then after the fact, she was like, "I'm actually going to use the money that you paid me just as a donation." It's not a donation if I don't know about it.
Yeah, you
You
have
have to be willing.
I think you can say this is how you would phrase it to make it okay.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, my dad was just going to pay for everything, and if I know I still have your money, if you want to donate it to a further cause in the wedding, let me know. If not, I'm going to send it right back. So if you opt in, then I will keep it for a further cost in the wedding. If you don't, I'm sending it right back.
OP responds to this text by saying, "Oh, hell no." I immediately replied, making sure everyone knew that the expense was an ice sculpture, an ice swan. Come on, people. Many of them, the bridesmaids in the group, replied and expressed how they would have loved to use that $650 for something else more important. But ultimately, no one has backed out. Okay? One of the girls started a side chat without the bride and asked if there's any chance of getting our money back if we force the sister-in-law to cancel the reservation. Unfortunately, since we're only a week out, we aren't eligible for a refund. They decided to go through with the bachelorette party or else it'll be a waste of time. As for myself, I am in the same boat. I would rather run myself over than go to the strip. Wow.
Run yourself over than go to the strip?
Then go to this trip.
Oh, go to the strip.
But $650 is not a small amount, and I can't fathom just throwing it down the drain. I haven't made my final decision yet. If I do go, it will solely be to avoid eating the $650 plus my airfare. I will not be doing any of the planned events or outfits or contributing even one more dollar. I will have my own mini vacation as best I can, which makes sense. I'm really upset that it seems like this crazy person is going to get it all her way after all, and there is still another an update, relevant comments, and more updates.
Keep going.
After that. The saga just continues. Yes, there's 2 updates and relevant comments.
Okay.
Wow.
Holy moly.
Woo!
Honestly, I got a little distracted with everyone doing donations.
Yeah.
But
also, Stella Davis, everyone donating can also buy the green flag overalls.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah, you freaking can.
Also, I saw comments about like, are we getting any stuff for the ladies? And yes, we are.
I mean, this is all unisex,
it's all
but we are making some pink stuff.
Yeah.
That is coming. That Sophia is going to
model it.
You
see me on the page.
Yeah. Our big model energy. All right, wait, can you just do a little recap of that last one, though?
Okay, so here's what's happened. So we have finally exposed to the bridesmaids that she spent the money. The bride tried to cover it up like, oh, I took the money, I did it for a separate wedding expense. OP put her on blast and is like, you spent it on freaking ice. And then everyone was like, WTF, this is insane. So now OP and the bridesmaids are making a decision. We've already spent $650, we can't get it back. Do we go on the bachelorette party and get the use out of the $650 we gave? Or are we like, F you, we're just not going to go? OP has decided, yes, I will go just to get my money's worth. I'm not doing any of the events, buying the outfits, or contributing one more dollar. I'm basically taking I will be like
as a solo trip.
Basically, they're staying in a really expensive hostel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would.
I think honestly, like get your money's worth. Like I think go for it. You know,
that makes sense.
You might
can
as well
ignore her and like do your own thing, right?
Oh yeah, don't even talk to her.
But she sounds like a terrible friend,
dude. The worst, the absolute worst.
Yeah. No, every time she tries to talk to you, just like chuck ice cubes at her.
Just like talk to the hand. Yeah. Here's your swan.
Do we want to continue to the next update?
I can't believe there is another update. Yeah, let's do it.
There have been so many curious comments coming in, so I wanted to keep you all in the loop. More drama has unfolded amongst the bridesmaids. The side texts without the bride popped off, and we have all agreed to do the following. Number 1, we will be going on this trip, but it is no longer a bachelorette trip. We will all be taking personal vacations with our hubbies and significant others while staying at the property. We were forced into this beachfront mansion plus airfare, so we're going to make the most of it. Number 2, we have all backed out of hosting and paying for the bridal shower. The bride will need to find another way to move forward if she wants to have it. We will attend as guests if she does have it, and we will not be gifting her anything. The mother of the bride is absolutely furious. More on that later. Finally, number 3, we are letting the bride know that she needs to cancel the Ice Swan trademark and give us our money back. After some research, we doubt all of the $7K went towards this alleged swan because it seems that it's not likely that it actually costs that much.
Yeah, I want to know how much like typical ice swans cost.
Yeah, it's $7,000. It feels like some money laundering where it's like, I'm buying this painting for $50 million. Like, does an ice swan really cost
$7,000?
Yeah. And anyone in the chat, can you guys look up what ice swans cost these days?
Yeah.
I mean, I know inflation is pretty crazy, but how much does an ice swan cost?
Ice is through the roof, ladies and gentlemen.
One-winged angels, don't go to bed. Stay up.
Yeah.
Like the Frozen universe, ice swans are just like dime a dozen.
Yeah, right. In the multiverse where everything is just hell has frozen over. Heck yeah. That's amazing.
Still guessing drugs or Sam's guess of side piece. I don't know. She just doesn't sound like a scrupulous person. So I can imagine it being a little
wonky.
Sky Nicholson said it's around 750 to 1,000, and then Tracy Icon said about it ranges from like 650 to 1,000 for an ice one, maybe more.
That's still expensive, but it's not $7,000.
Not 7,000.
But how big is an ice? Like how big are we talking? Because if you could do how large is the ice sculpture?
7
what
feet.
do you want? Yeah, 7 feet.
Yeah,
I want a 7-foot ice one.
$1,000 per foot.
Yeah,
I think that's so reasonable.
easy.
So reasonable. Well, Perpex C says, info, I need to know if you're also paying for your own dress, shoes, makeup, hair on top of all of this. OP, yes, everything. A $350 dress. I have a whole other post about that scandal. So much more. $150 on hair, $150 on makeup, $200 on shoes, and I haven't bought jewelry yet. Oh, and the bridal shower cost is being split among the 11 girls, plus the shower gift, plus the wedding gift from me and my hubby. So that's kind of like all of OP's and the bridesmaids associated cost, essentially.
Wow. That's crazy. Whoa.
That's just too expensive.
Oh,
that's just too expensive.
To be like a bridesmaid if that's what it's.
Yeah, but I don't think most people wouldn't make you do all of that. That's just.
I hope not.
That's so crazy. I mean, I'm actually curious for all the people in the comments, how much would you make your bridesmaids pay, if anything, on your bachelorette party?
How much did you make them pay?
Yeah, because I can imagine if one of my friends is getting married and we're having a bachelor party or something, and the best man is like, "Hey guys, can you all pitch in to make this camping trip or whatever it is super fun?" I think I would do that. I would pitch in.
Yeah, no, 100%. Pitching in is reasonable. Sophia, you did one was someone sent in $100 or something like that.
What?
Right? You did a trip where you're like, okay, we're all splitting it. I'm sending in $100.
Because it was for the Airbnb, and so we all sent in, or we all paid $100,
which is totally. I feel like that happens all the time. With
it was just because we were sending it to the Airbnb person rather than.
Stella Davis says I wouldn't make them pay shit. It's an honor to have people show up for me, which
that's true.
I think I agree with.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a final update to this saga.
How many updates?
It's a lot.
Count.
It's 6 updates.
Actually, technically 7 because there was a 5A mini update.
Oh my goodness.
So 7
Actually,
updates.
8 because I cut out the first part of this.
Well, let's get into the final update.
Let's do it. Warning, this is a long one. The absolute tea I have today. It took me a long time to write this because I am at a complete and utter loss for words. Where to begin? Well, let me start with this. There is no ice swan.
What?
Nope.
You're joking.
What?
There never was an ice swan. It was all an elaborate fabrication designed to distract everyone from where the 7K actually went.
Where did it go?
That's why she didn't say anything when she was texting the other bridesmaids. She didn't say it was an ice swan because there is no ice swan.
R.I.P. ice swan trademark. Turns out there's a reason behind sister-in-law's luxury bachelorette location. Here's what happened. All the brides...
Cheating. She's got to be cheating. Please tell me it's cheating.
She spent $7,000 to cheat?
I don't know. Some people are expensive.
That's right. Tinder swindler.
Yeah.
Hey, take my money. All the bridesmaids show up to the beachfront mansion with our significant others. Sister-in-law has already been made aware that it was no longer a bachelorette, but to our complete shock, she was still stunned that we actually meant it.
She's like, my mental health.
My mental health. It's because, her mental health is fucked because she didn't get the ice swan.
Exactly, dude.
We
It's
got swan.
suffering.
The swan will live forever in our heart.
Yeah, that's right. She arrived in her pre-booked limo, absolutely fuming that no one else showed up to the limo meeting spot at the airport.
Just a limo meeting spot.
Guys, just take an Uber XL.
Yeah.
Come on. Well, I guess it's your wedding, but no, you lost the right.
You lost your privilege.
You lost the right. She was the only one sticking to the original itinerary. Then she was flabbergasted that the husbands and significant others were with us. It was a comedy show at best, kind of like OKOP show. Anyway, we went about our individual mini vacations, and eventually someone realized that it's been about 48 hours since anyone had seen sister-in-law.
2 days?
2 days. 48 hours.
Everyone was like, where is that? Oh.
I assumed that she was mad and either flew home or went to stay somewhere else. Then, the unthinkable unfolds. Sister-in-law rolls up to the driveway in a wheelchair, being pushed by 2 female nurses. The entire group jumped into action thinking something horrible had happened. Everyone ran over to see what was going on, but the nurses ushered us away and wheeled sister-in-law into her room. At this point, I'm actually very concerned. We're all banging on the door asking her if she's okay. The nurses eventually leave and say they legally cannot reveal the nature of her health issue, but assured us that she is fine. I called my brother and mom, but got no answer. So I finally decide to call her mom, aka mother of the bride, who was furious that we took over her bachelorette party. Mother of the bride reveals what actually took place. She isn't sick, she doesn't have a health issue, and there was no incident. But her boobs are done.
No! She used the $7,000 for a bridal boob job.
It's all right. She's okay.
Boobs. Everyone's
okay.
like classics that someone said abortion. Boob job.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Also, OP put two melon emojis, which I find humorous.
Nice.
Gee.
Yes, folks, you read that correctly. She had planned as part of the original itinerary to disappear for an afternoon and return with a new set of melons.
So she was gone for 2 days.
That was she originally planned.
Oh.
Yeah.
But good melons take good time.
Yeah, and time to grow.
I'm sorry. What? The location of the beachfront mansion is conveniently 5 minutes away from a very famous cosmetic surgeon's office. The reason that she needed this giant-ass property was not really to host the 11 girls. It was to host the 11 girls plus the surgery recovery nurses and personal chef that she had reserved for the operation.
Dude, it's so much worse that she made her friends pay for a boob job. I wish it was a swan.
It's for the wedding.
The swan was...
At least a boob job's permanent.
She's investing in the
true.
wedding.
You know what? We were talking about how the ice swan was going down the drain. At least this is
Boobs are forever.
Wow.
personal chef is someone said personal chef. That is crazy.
Come on. Like,
Cook your own food.
Well, it's hard with the big, boobies.
I can't read.
That
You
would
can't
be
flip the skillet.
Look at her wrist.
you have to it is pretty. Like you have to stay pretty
Yeah,
still.
you have to stay
like
still.
you can't
I would
shower
have
normally.
to imagine.
Raise your
Yeah,
arms.
yeah. So you can't expect her to cook.
No.
How would she get away with that though? Like everyone's gonna know she got a boob job because 1, her boobs will be bigger, and 2, she'll have like nurses, and 3, she won't be able to like move. How does she
Okay.
expect to get away with that?
Expecting to get away with it.
So you never noticed how gorgeous my breasts are. Okay, number 1 offense. Number 2, this is part of the costume day. I hired all of these nurses to come around and just hang out and cook me food and stuff.
We're playing. It's called the Doctor Day.
Number 3, I'm the bride. Leave me alone.
Exactly, dude.
Well,
you really did get me.
I think
Her original plan was for everyone to think that she's spending her own money because no one originally knew that the dad was,
Right.
Yes, originally everyone.
But weird to get a boob job on your bachelorette party.
I think it's weird to get a boob job just when you're out with your friends on a trip in general.
Yeah.
I'm just going to the store to pick up some new boobs. What's wrong?
I mean, boob jobs are easier than they've ever been. No, maybe it's just
Science has come so
science
far.
has come so far. So maybe it's like you just like pop. It's like getting a tattoo. It's like, oh, let me pop over to get a tattoo. Let me pop over to get a boob popped in there.
Here we go.
How long does a boob job take?
Guys, can you let us know?
Yeah. Sophia, did you know that? As a woman?
Or if you've gotten one yourself, let us know about the
what was the
experience
recovery time?
and break it down for us. Well, y'all, the story continues. So many questions remain.
How?
I know. I only have a few hours back from this trip, so this is all the information I have right now. I was intending for this to be my final update, and I just want to say thank you all for the support, advice, bags of popcorn, and funny comments.
Wow.
And that's it.
What
all we
a
got.
saga. What a saga.
I want a whole movie made off of that.
Yeah. I want some, this is called fresh boobs.
Yeah.
The Bridezilla. How about the Bridezilla boob job?
That's pretty good.
Bridezilla.
What about Bridezilla Return of the Breasts?
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yours, I kind of like yours better.
Or Bridezilla, the breast is yet to come.
That's it, baby.
Anita says, what is happening with her dress? I mean, that's like, that is true. Like, is she gonna?
Probably, I don't know. She's probably
Is she gonna get it?
after.
Yeah. I mean,
That is a good point.
get a new tailor?
Cleavage just going crazy.
Just hopping out.
Yeah.
Jess says 6 weeks is about the standard recommended time for recovery.
Yeah, which is, I was thinking it was a long time, which I'm wondering how soon the wedding is.
I'm not sure. I don't think we ever
How long usually is like a bachelorette / bachelor party before what? Isn't it like a week or two before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Very close.
Sky Nicholson says the Ice Swan Swindler. That's pretty good. The Swandler. Boobzilla.
Wow.
That's
guys, you are killing the
guys. You have a career in Hollywood coming.
That's right.
I wonder if hubby knew. He's got to know.
Well, no, she didn't tell him.
And he's not there.
Initial. That's true, though.
That is true.
The initial Ice Swan line, like the first line.
That is true. I wonder if he's like, you got to get that returned, you know? Like,
he's like, you know what? Here's how it went. He's like, baby, look, you did something very wrong. I will let this slide just once. Just once.
Just this one.
But next time, I don't know.
You're paying for all of it. Gobzilla. I love this. But you know what I love even more, John?
This next story you're about to read?
Story.
Let's do it.
My best friend betrayed me during my engagement, so I stopped being friends with her. Backstory.
Wait, I need to do the Halo voice line.
Yeah.
Betrayal. Okay.
So, backstory, I, 24 female, and my now ex-best friend, 24 female, we'll call her A, had been friends for about 9 years. I went back to a late middle school, early high school. We were distant friends at first, but at some point, we ended up being inseparable. By the way, this comes from New Promise 1761 on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So go submit your stories over there. So my senior year, I met my now husband, L, and we started dating. The three of us would hang out quite a bit together until college. I went away for a year to a school about 6 hours away to try to pursue a specific career. While I was away, Elle would come up and visit all the time, and I would go back home when I could, but unfortunately, wasn't super often. A and I didn't speak much while I was gone, but I just figured it was because we both grew into different directions, and that was normal and part of life. Well, I moved back home after that first year, and we all slowly started hanging out together again. That's good. It's lovely. A got a boyfriend while I was away, and we would mostly go on double dates or hang out as a group. Everyone got along well, and we were having a good time. At some point, though, over a year before trouble started, A and her boyfriend broke up. The story. L, I'm going to give these people real names. A, I'm going to call Alexa, and L, I'm going to call Landon. So, Landon and I have been together for about 5 years, and he pops the question. It was truly beautiful and a private proposal. Then we celebrated at dinner. Of course, in between proposal and dinner, I called Alexa because she is my best friend, and I wanted her to know first. And before we went public, later that night, we celebrated over the phone together and jumped around like little girls, lol. Soon after was when things started to go south. We had a super small get-together about 2 weeks after our engagement to celebrate with close friends. It was very casual, but I was excited to at least talk about hopes and dreams for my wedding with my girls. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. She came in before the party super upset because she was reminded of her ex. I tried to console her, but she really wanted nothing to do with me consoling her and only talked to one of our mutual friends that she just recently started talking to, like friends less than a week. I was thinking that at the time, maybe she just didn't want to spoil our moment, but when the conversation never got to the dream wedding that I was so excited to talk about, I started to get a little upset. I eventually went and spoke to other friends about the future wedding, but it wasn't the same without my best friend involved.
Alexa, tell me a joke. Now tell us what she said.
Yeah. Tell us what you say. I'll change it to I'll change that name to Amanda. Okay.
All right, Amanda. There we go.
Amanda.
I eventually went and spoke to other friends about the future wedding, but it wasn't the same without my best friend involved. I shook it off and was understanding on how hard it must be to celebrate a marriage when all you can think about is missing your ex. But then things got worse. Weeks went by of things being normal. I rarely spoke to her of the wedding unless I was asked because I didn't want to make her upset because Amanda's sad. I only spoke to Landon about it, which was fine. There were no official plans yet anyway, since it was too early, so it really didn't bother me. After those few weeks, I stopped hearing from Amanda. I would reach out to hang out or check on her, but the replies were short. I thought it was normal, and she was just busy until she started to reach out to me less and less. When she would ask how I was doing, and at first I would sugarcoat everything, but I ended up falling into something of a depression. We would continue to check on each other, but the conversations never progressed. At some point, I decided I just wouldn't reach out and see how long until she noticed, and it was over a week. This time, when she checked in on me, I got more blunt about how I was feeling, and it felt like she didn't even care. The following week, I started a conversation with her to talk about how I was feeling, and I told her I was missing my best friend and how I felt like she was avoiding me, and just asked what was going on. And she blew up. She got super angry with me and told me how everything was my fault, how I wasn't there for her in her time of need. I didn't even know she was in a time of need because she wouldn't talk to me, and we ended up arguing. She's not a mind reader.
No one is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, shout out if
Except
you are.
us when we think of the same fruit. 3, 2, 1. Dragon
Grapes.
fruit.
Those are so far off. Maybe the farthest off they could possibly be.
Okay, ready, Sam?
Wait. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Grapefruit.
Kiwi. Ah, dang it.
Oh,
We only had one.
Yeah. We ended up arguing. I told her we needed some more time apart so that we could both calm down. She asked to meet in person. I told her to tell me when she was available and where she wanted to meet, but the answer never came. Fast forward a few weeks, I went to meet up with our mutual friend, the same one she was talking about at the party. I had no idea that she knew about me and Amanda not speaking at that point, but she almost immediately asked me what was going on, if I was okay. I told her my side of the story, and she responded with, "That's not what Amanda said at all." I showed her the messages of our last conversation, and she was shocked. She informed me that A had been talking to her since the party and telling her everything that was going on, Amanda. She showed me messages of Amanda telling her that I wouldn't shut up about my wedding, that I had zero reason to be depressed, and I needed to suck it up. I was only a friend she would hang out with to fill a hole in her calendar.
That's a terrible thing
That's
to say
so
about somebody.
mean. That's so mean.
Honestly, like, and you can say a lot of bad stuff about somebody, but that one just like hits
That
a
one
little different, doesn't it?
stings. That one stings. How I was a waste of time and more. This is everything that Amanda's saying about OP.
Yeah, Amanda, please.
Amanda, please.
Ugh, stop. Please stop.
I was shocked. By the time I went home, I called Landon and told him everything, and he was even more pissed. I did nothing else with the information. He knew it. I knew it. That's it. To this day, I still have no idea if our mutual friend ended up telling Amanda what she showed me, but I have a small suspicion she did. Amanda finally reached out to me with a time and place to meet 2 months later. I feel like it was just like coordinates.
Yeah.
It's like longitude and latitude, be here, 11 a.m.
It's just be here, and it's like a nondescript picture of like a location.
Yeah.
It's a Minecraft map to buried treasure, and you just keep having to move.
They said the time and place to meet 2 months later. OP went. I got there before her, but I saw her pull up, and she looked terrified.
Oh.
Shaking in her boots. I had prepared myself for this conversation all week. I was going in completely calm and level-headed.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to hear her out, speak my mind, and move on. Bah! I'm not sure what she thought was going to happen, but she was visibly shaking. I love that. We sat. We talked about what happened for maybe 10 to 20 minutes. There was never an explanation or a serious apology from her, and then she changed the topic. She filled me in on what's happening with her life, at work, with her cat, and she talked about everything under the sun, and I just listened. I didn't offer up any information except for the fact that Landon was happy and healthy and that my dog and cats were good. The conversation ended, and we walked to our cars together. And although that conversation ended, Our conversation never has to end if you join our live every weekday, 3 p.m. PST, right here on YouTube and Facebook.
Indeed.
Just tap our profile. We're probably live right now. So,
All true. Yeah.
There's another relevant update, but do we drop this friend?
I mean, I think you do, and it's the same quote, you know? Somebody shows you what's going on. Somebody shows you who they are. Do you believe them?
Yeah.
And there's, you know, I mean, how long have they been friends? Is this like, was it 5 years? Or am I thinking of a different story?
No, this is 5 years. Yeah.
So that, you know, is not a not long amount of time, but it's also not the longest amount of time. And regardless, when it comes to like relationships that are not serving you, ever considering like, oh, but I've known them for so long. It's like, well, if they're a bad time, whenever you're, you know, if
Also
they are a
9
negative
years.
influence.
9 years, by the way.
9 years.
Yeah.
Still, okay, but the fact still remains, sunk cost fallacy. If this person's not, if this relationship doesn't serve you, it's perfectly fine for you to not have it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think like you can exit a relationship at any time. She asked me if we could go back to normal and if I wanted to hang out the following week. I told her that I wasn't sure that we would ever get back to that and that I needed time. She said, okay, we've spoken some since then, but eventually I told her I couldn't do it anymore because I still don't understand why any of this happened. For some reason, it's still just bothering me, and we parted ways. So, am I the a-hole for breaking up with my best friend?
Nope. Sometimes that just be how it do, you know? Sometimes that do be how it do.
That do be how it do be.
That sometimes it's not always going to feel good. It's not always going to feel good making a decision that's best for yourself in the long run, but sometimes it's just what you got to do.
It's what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
Doobie.
And, you know,
Shooby-doo-wop.
Another thing is that people sometimes tend to go like, you know, people will go like this in their lives where it's like sometimes they're synced up and then sometimes they go apart and then some random circumstance may bring you all back together. And at that time, your friend might be a completely different person.
Yeah.
Who is a relationship that does serves both of you.
And that's why I think it's like always good to try to end on good terms because I think it leaves it open for those chance encounters where your lives sync up again.
Yeah. You never want to burn a bridge.
You never want to burn a bridge.
Okay. Sometimes you might want to burn a bridge.
Sometimes you want to burn a bridge.
The
but
vast majority of times it's the best idea to not do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the end of that story, but not the end of this stream because y'all are crazy, especially my spa friend who is holding me prison. Max Gomez says, Sam, tell chat it's a nude spa. Yes, chat, it's a nude spa. Why are you encouraging them?
Not. I mean, not the whole. Not,
I mean, a good portion of it.
Not the entire
not
spa.
The entire spa, but it is.
There are gendered levels.
There are gendered levels.
Very naked in there.
Yeah, we're hanging out with our wangins out.
Entirely naked.
Yes, entirely naked. We're strutting our stuff.
Honestly, I'm never a really huge fan of communal nudity, but
it's kind of chill though. I went once and it's kinda,
cool.
You get used to it after like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
There's so much nudity there that it like kind of blows through the like
they're like the
blockers or whatever. You're just like, all right, well, this is
Everyone's
I guess
doing
this is
it,
what's going on.
I feel like it actually makes me more comfortable in my body to have like just nude bodies everywhere, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
So Bridezilla ruins her own wedding, demands bridal party pay her canceled wedding. John, Sophia, what do you think? Is it okay for the bridal person to request the bridal party money for the canceled wedding?
No.
You know what I'll say? Not as bad as the first story.
Not as bad. Yeah. Not as bad.
But the money's not even going anywhere at that time. So not only am I not getting a nice one, not only is my ex-friend not getting her boobs done, there is no wedding. I don't even get to go to a fun party.
I would rather it go nowhere.
Then
than the boob job.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Well, I guess nowhere. I mean, it's just going into her pocket. It's going somewhere.
Yeah,
So
it's going to her.
Yeah.
But it
right.
comes from LR Hun. So this is actually fairly recent, January 16th, 2024. So
whoa, that is recent.
Starting the year strong, I swear. So my friend Dana, female 29, was supposed to be getting married this past Sunday, the 14th. The wedding got canceled and things have gotten very crazy. Ooh. Dana was getting married to Josh, male 32. She's still in college with me and asked a few friends from college, myself included, to be her bridal party. Now, from the start, this wedding has been a disaster.
Ooh.
I'm going to just point out a few of the crazy things we had to deal with. 1, she refused to invite my best friend, who she's supposed to be good friends with, because she thinks we're lesbian lovers. We're not.
What? Wait.
Ouch.
Wait, she's not inviting one of her friends because she thinks that they're gay?
Yeah.
Wow.
So she's homophobic and wrong?
2, she had us go to the dress fitting and then demanded each of us pay $2,000 each for our dresses.
Excuse me.
$2,000 each.
Excuse me.
That's
Where are they getting these
crazy.
dresses?
$2,000 each. Apparently, she had a specific style she wanted. I can afford it. Damn, Obi's got it like that.
All right.
But I won't buy a $2,000 dress for one event. Some of the girls in the bridal party don't have the flexibility with money. I mean,
Yeah.
of course, $2,000 for a dress.
Sam, can you just give me $2,000 for this footstool?
Yeah, I can.
I need it to use it once, and then I'm going to throw it away.
Okay, oh, you want me to give you $2,000 for you to also have the footstool?
Yeah, and I'm going to throw it away after I'm never going to use it again. It's a one-time thing.
You can
Sounds like a great deal. Thanks, John. 3, apparently Josh couldn't invite any single females that were not blood relatives of him. So if he had any female friends, they were axed.
Wow.
Well, why were you not? Why were you
The recent comment that we just got.
What?
Big protein. I want your little protein.
Dead.
Wednesday Mama Misfit. Oh my goodness.
Wednesday Mama.
Oh my god.
Wednesday Mama Misfits.
4.
Sorry. Okay. Wait. What was 3? Was
3 was
husband's not allowed
no
to have
single
any
females.
Okay.
Okay.
No, friends of his.
No single female. Josh couldn't invite any single females
Yeah, that were his
that were not.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, well, even if they weren't his friends, there's no single female. 4. One of the girls in the bridal party doesn't drink because of her religion. Dana accused her of being pregnant in front of her parents and almost got her kicked out of the house. She was not pregnant and she dropped from the bridal party. She was a class act though and never bad talked Dana. Just said she couldn't make it. We found out about it pretty much on the day of the wedding.
Everyone, just don't show up to the wedding. That's the solution.
What, dude? There is just like chaos following this wedding.
This woman is insane.
in front of her parents?
Yes, in front of the parents. And guess what? There is still one more.
Oh my God.
5. She tried to make us cancel our holidays with our families to instead go with her to a destination bachelorette party. I work full-time even during holidays, so I told her that was not happening. Most of the bridesmaids said similar, and she dropped it. That's just 5 things of countless drama this wedding was before the day.
Oh my God.
Okay, so we're going into it, but like I have a question for you guys in the chat and also for all of you here with me today. Would this be enough to make you not want to go to the wedding?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, yeah. I'd be like, we're not friends anymore.
And also, like, wouldn't it be? I feel like it's also just like, were there not red flags before this moment, or do people truly just turn it into flying pieces of shit when they get married?
You don't know.
Like, is the Bridezilla thing like really? Like, I know people get worse around weddings potentially, but is it really a thing where they become absolute animals?
Yeah. I can't imagine. So there has to be some beast.
As we always say, there has to be red flags before.
Come on.
There has to be red flags before. And Katie Page said, I totally tell her where she could stick it. Probably a good move. And then the Raven says, weddings change people, but they are precursors. I totally agree. So now the meat of the story comes on the wedding day. So I guess OP decided to still go to the wedding. And the day started beautifully. Wrong. The day started horrible.
Of course.
Dana was having a meltdown because apparently the flower girl had to cancel because she has chicken pox. She was threatening to sue the mother unless she brought this sick 3-year-old to the wedding.
How would you? What's the lawsuit?
That she didn't show up. She ruined my wedding because she had chicken pox.
Like, I'm suing this
The baby. The baby.
bride versus.
How do you please? Josh apparently was able to calm her down from this starter outburst as we began preparations. The whole day, she had constant outbursts. She made people cry, wedding staff, and bridesmaids. The maid of honor deserves a medal for the amount of diplomacy and bullshit control she had to do. I, for the most part, took the easy route and decided to work outside the bridal suite, like checking flowers, making sure food was okay, basically any excuse not to be around the bride, which it's supposed to be her friend.
Supposed to be. Supposed to be.
Supposedly.
Supposed to be. But I guess not. Eventually, I had my makeup and hair done. Then the bride asked me for a little bit of time alone to decompress from the stress. We didn't even fight it. You could see a group of women run away faster. Wedding was starting in 30 minutes, so we figured she would be fine alone for a little bit, right? Like to decompress and stuff.
No. What's going to happen?
I spent those 30 minutes just sitting in the chapel with my phone. It had to be about 5 minutes before the start of the wedding when the maid of honor came to tell me that
No.
the wedding was canceled.
5 minutes before?
5 minutes before. That is the coldest of feet.
Why? Why'd you make us all go here? For what?
I know. I mean,
They better keep that party going now.
Something.
I mean, yeah, when you cancel a wedding like 5 minutes
You
before,
have to keep the reception.
I'm partying in the chapel.
I'm still partying.
I'm taking shots on the
Dude,
top
I'm
of the
drinking the wine off the priest, getting that church wine, man.
Yeah.
There we go.
Also, Pope Francis said wine is a gift from God, so we're chugging that shit like no tomorrow.
Come on.
Why did he say? I thought he said that masturbation was sex is a gift from God.
I mean, I think a lot of things are a gift from God.
Popey Frank.
Popey Frank's
Come
trying
on,
to have
baby.
get drunk and have sex all the time.
Let's go.
I asked her what happened. Maid of honor, Dana was having. Oh my god! Ah!
We don't know the tea yet.
Oh my god! Maid of honor. Okay, so Dana is the bride. Dana was having a quickie with Josh, which is the husband, his uncle.
What?
Josh's uncle in the room, and Josh caught them 5 minutes before.
Oh my God.
We usually joke about the insane, ridiculous things that happen, but this is just unimaginable.
5 minutes before.
5 minutes before.
Married.
Oh my!
I feel like she's doing this on purpose.
She's trying to sabotage
She's
the wedding.
she
She's like,
wants Josh to find her. She wants her
Yeah.
groom to find her.
I think she's getting cold feet, and the only
Yeah.
she's like, I'm just trying to blow up the wedding.
Instead of like going and being like, "Hey, I'm like so stressed, I have a panic attack." Blah blah blah. No, I have to f your uncle.
Oh
Also the uncle, why?
uncle.
Yeah, why the uncle?
Also, what, terrible
At least
uncle.
the brother.
too.
Yeah, what is with this uncle?
Do you think all right. Conspiracy theory. Can we pause right here? Pause right here. Really.
All right, let's pause.
Conspiracy theory.
Okay. What do you?
I think she's been hooking up with the uncle this whole time. I don't think it was like a one-off thing,
Makes perfect sense.
right?
Makes
I don't know. What do you guys
perfect
think?
sense. Oh, rings don't plug holes. Oh
my.
oh Lord.
Yeah, they make a nice little hole for things to go. Yeah, she's unhinged, rock chick.
No, like holes in the relationship.
Oh. My, yeah, that's true. That's true.
They don't plug
my
holes in the
goodness.
relationship.
Yeah, that is rather rough. That is rather rough.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it had to be before that.
we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going.
Oh God.
Much
Park is
like
good.
Josh's uncle did as he made eye contact with Josh.
Oh,
I just stared at the maid of honor with my mouth pretty much about to reach the floor.
Yikes.
you speechless. I would be speechless.
Much like Dana, again, with Josh's uncle. She told me to run. And that she was trying to
run?
Yeah, she told me to run.
Run away, never
That she was trying to get as many people out before things exploded.
The maid of honor was.
Yeah. I mean, just imagine how crazy this is about
Everyone
to get.
starts brawling.
Yeah. I mean, I can imagine. Well, because Josh and Josh's uncle, they're going to fucking throw down for
let's go.
sure. So I quickly got my purse, gathered the 2 bridesmaids that were carpooling with me, and we left like the devil was after us. I checked with the other bridesmaid, and all had escaped. I'm just imagining like the bridesmaids are going like, just like attacking everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, making that noise hurts my throat. Much like Josh's uncle
Don't
did.
do it.
All right.
You can't keep going.
I have to. Apparently.
Josh's uncle said.
That night, I called the maid of honor to check what happened, and the tea was bad.
I love the
but
maid of honor.
also
Maid
so
of honor was
good.
like, let me tell
Please,
you.
please, it can't get worse.
I have so much tea for you.
Please tell me it doesn't get worse.
Get those tea bags ready. Much like Josh's uncle.
I can't handle it.
Tea bag Dana.
I can't handle it.
All
I
right.
can't handle it. I can't handle it.
Apparently, and rightfully, Josh called off the wedding. Called her a few names, told off his uncle, and has since left with his mates to have the biggest single man party ever. I feel so bad for him. I feel bad too. He's an absolute gem of a man. He apparently also told Dana and her parents that she will be paying the cancellation fees.
Good.
Smart. I feel like that's the rule. Like if you get caught effing your uncle, you have to pay for the wedding.
You gotta
That's
be.
so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, put I see you in the comments if you see what's about to go down. I don't know if y'all see it, but
I didn't see it.
I see something.
Yeah, I put I see you in the chat if you see where this is going.
Drop it.
And Sophia, hold that pose.
What pose?
I don't know what pose, but apparently it was a good pose. Yeah, probably that one. According to the maid of honor, Dana's father told her in front of everyone that she was paying it on her own. This is Dana's father, the bride's father,
Okay.
Yeah.
for being a her own father. I thought that was the end of it. And it was, and everyone lived happily ever after.
No, you're lying to me.
What do you mean?
You're telling lies.
Wrong. We're just getting started, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, get your popcorn. Eat it up. I made the choice to separate myself from this mess until
Mm-hmm.
I got a call until it got juicy.
Oh, God.
And then I just wanted to squeeze that juice. Ooh, wanted to milk that bull. Until I got a call from Dana not even an hour ago, demanding $5,000 to help pay her cancellation fees. $5,000. Demanding $5,000. And you know it's not just OP. It's the whole bridal party.
Yeah.
It's the whole bridal party. This is bad.
No. Never in a million years.
This is bad.
No.
This is bad.
Never in a million years.
According to Dana, it was our duty as the bridal party to pay her cancellation fees. I obviously told her no, and that she might as well lose my number. I am never speaking to this woman again.
Good.
This has been pretty much the reaction of all the bridesmaids and the maid of honor. By the way, maid of honor, who is that, may you ask? Josh's older sister. What I was told by the bride is, necesito el dinero para pagar la boda el hijo de puta canceló y me están cobrando de puta muerta. Como muerta. Or como muerta. I'm sorry, my Spanish is... This is the Spanish version of the message makes absolute sense. She doesn't say that she had to pay a cancellation fee. She says that's the son of a gun canceled. I don't think it's son of a gun.
Yeah.
A gun canceled the wedding, and now the bride has to pay for the wedding. She probably has to pay for the resulting bill since the groom canceled and he wouldn't pay for it.
And that was a comment. That was a relevant comment.
Oh, was that was a relevant comment?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There are some more relevant comments and a juicy update.
Juicy.
But all right, so OP is being made to pay this $5,000 fee.
Yep.
Do you like do anything to ensure that the bride like doesn't contact you? Do you pay the fee? What would you do? I want to know what you guys would do in the chat. Like be like, would you go no contact? Would you send a spicy message back? I don't know.
I would do anything in my power to make her life worse. I would egg her house. Can I sue her? Can I do something like that? I'm just, your audacity is so high. I have to make your life worse.
Yeah.
You think, TP, like, you think you can do all this and make me pay for it?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Yeah, I mean, like, you have to know there are some repercussions for, like, hooking up with your uncle in front of your husband.
Not her uncle. Her
Oh, yeah. that would be even Josh's uncle.
Only thing that would make this story crazier. Oh, my God. Yikes.
Oh, yeah, this is a big yikes story. All right, we're going to read some comments before we go into the relevant comments of this story and the update. But Ariane Dooley says, have uncle pay for it, then work off her debt with him in the best way she knows how.
True.
Dang. Kim Quant, no contact for sure. The Raven, I'm not paying shit. Meredith Brooking Green, laugh at her.
Love that one.
We are all Oscar Two Bunny says, "Hey, hell no." Wednesday Mama Misfit says, "Egg her house."
That's right.
I don't know if anyone has watched the new TED show, but they egg like kids who have bad Halloween costumes from the top of their roof, and that just seems like kind of fun.
To egg a child?
Like
Egg a child, Sam?
just egg someone.
You're telling me that
Egg
you
a
would
house.
have been egged at
Egg
school
someone that deserves it.
as a child.
I
They
mean,
would be egging you first.
I know. I would have been egged, but then like but I think it would have been. I like just eggs hurt Sam.
Egg star.
I think egging.
egging
No,
cool.
but like egging with someone, like a consensual egging.
We're
I want consensual egging. I think that would be
I
fun.
think they should do that. Did you guys see the movie Bottoms?
no.
That sounds like a porno, Sophia.
It's,
Sophia, what side of the internet are you on?
like it was like a very big feature film this year.
I'm sure it was.
Okay, well anyway, the film they go to like it's like Fight Club
Okay.
but like all these girls join this Fight Club.
What are you watching, Sophia?
It's a very popular
All these
movie.
girls joining Fight Club.
Yes. Can I
It's called Bottoms. Okay,
yes,
sorry.
because they're gay, Sam. Jesus.
Okay.
Anyway, so they go there's this like one bully guy and they are trying to get back at him, and so they go to his house and
it.
one of the girls they go to egg it, but then one of the girls accidentally blows up his car instead.
Dude, that's even a better prank.
Yeah.
Wow.
Consensual blowing up your cars. Anyway, let's get back into the relevant comments of this story that is so insane. So, relevant comments. Some tea. I mean, the sad part, she had her makeup and hair done, and we left dressed and ready. So, yeah, she was wearing her wedding dress for this.
Of course. Of course.
Blinking.
Of course.
Yikes.
Of course she was.
I mean, hopefully, like, maybe she used the ending bits as moisturizer to make her skin glowing for the... Okay, sorry. We're sure there's no moral compass in there. She used to be incredibly nice way back before her engagement, and since becoming the first bride of the group, she became insufferable. We were all on her last thread. And someone asked what we were all wondering, how long was she having a thing with the uncle? How long with the uncle? No idea. I found out during the wedding and don't have any info since. Poor Josh, this is a comment. Poor Josh, I hope he finds someone. OP responds, not gonna lie, pretty sure half the bridal party would offer themselves as tribute. He's a good looking guy.
Oh.
I don't know him that well, but we've had drinks a few times. He'll find a girl when he's ready in a snap.
There we go.
And then someone else asked, what happened to the 2K dresses that, what were they? And then OP responds, nobody bought a dress. Some of the girls can't afford it. She had a full meltdown in the chat until Maid of Honor got involved and offered to buy cheaper dresses for the bridesmaids. I'm going to read a couple more relevant comments, but there is a fat, juicy update coming up. So just you wait.
Just keep seated.
How did one bridesmaid's parents think she was pregnant when she doesn't drink for her culture? That was from earlier. Well, my understanding, bear in mind, I'm sharing as I was told, is that Dana and this bridesmaid are really old friends. So the bridesmaid's parents have a level of trust with Dana, which hopefully now they know not to trust Dana at all.
Please don't.
Apparently, bridesmaid had been feeling sick a few days prior, and I remember she had to cancel something. Then when we went to prepare the bachelorette party and there was going to be an extra charge for mocktails, which she offered to pay, Dana found out somehow and spoke first to her parents, telling them that bridesmaid was acting like she was pregnant, not mentioning that the whole issue was because the bridesmaid refused to make an exception for the bachelorette party about drinking. So this is one of her bridesmaids, Dana, who doesn't drink, that Dana was just like throwing shit at.
Yeah.
And saying like, drink for my...
drink for my... Yeah. And it was also, I think it was because it was against her religion to drink.
Literally.
Yeah.
Oh.
Obviously still kind of bad on the parents, but I can see where they are coming from. Bridesmaid is not pregnant for the record. She was actually just sick. Also, in case someone asked, bridesmaid is no longer lives with her parents and hasn't for a few years. Bridesmaid was then contacted by her parents and told never to come back to their home for being a whore that got pregnant outside the marriage.
Oh.
So this was caused by Dana, because Dana was mad that this bridesmaid wouldn't drink at her bachelorette party, and it's like, oh, you seem pregnant to the mother and father, and the mother and father is just like, we're kicking you out.
Oh my God.
I know she lives in dorms, so I imagine she goes back during vacations. It's still the family home, and she keeps a room there. Okay, so this is an update on the same post from January 22nd, mere days ago.
Mere days.
Days ago. So,
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
No, but
For
read it anyways.
this thick update.
Big update.
So, hey guys, I know a lot of people want to know what happened. After talking to Josh yesterday, he asked me to only say that he's okay, figuring things out, and moving on. We're going to stay friends with him and his sister. Dana was told that no one in the group wants to interact with her, and since then, it's been mostly radio silence. I can't share more about Josh's future plans as he asked me not to. He did have a good laugh at some of the comments I show him and appreciates the support. The one detail I did get corrected on for those curious was about his uncle. He's the younger brother of Josh's mother, and he's 55 years old. I thought he was married into the family, but I got that detail wrong. I also found out that the most disgusting detail is the uncle knew Dana since she was a teenager. Dana and Josh are high school sweethearts, which makes it even worse. But yeah, I kind of feel gross knowing that. Other than that, I got a major haul of cake, so at least I got something good out of this mess. And there is a bit more information. A few things I've been asked not to share, but I can share Josh is okay and working things out in order. He came over too and seemed down. I wonder why. But we got him to laugh a bit, so there's some good news. No news on Dana. I actually requested to change some of my classes with her or drop if I couldn't find an alternative schedule. Not in a hurry since I'm the only student part-time. And someone asked, 29 and still in college. First time for Dana, second time for me. A few of the other girls in my friend group are also returning or starting later in life due to college costs. And what happened to the uncle and his family, the uncle that was hooking up with Dana. And from what I can share, I was asked to keep a lot of the details private by Josh himself. His wife, uncle's wife, is planning a divorce. That's really all he wants me to say. So,
Thank God.
that is where things wrap up on this Bridezilla story.
Wow.
But holy moly guacamole, what a freaking ride.
True.
What a freaking ride.
Insane.
I feel like marriages kind of bring out the worst in people. This is what I feel like.
Weddings, especially.
Yeah, 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 weddings.
Oh, two of the most insane back-to-back wedding stories.
I know. I wasn't
History.
prepared. I wasn't prepared.
I really wasn't.
We ended with a banger. We hope you enjoy it. I guess catch you in the next one.
Yes.
Chat, see you in the next one.
If you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you and see you tomorrow.